Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to the College Boulevard Activities Center, CBAC. It's the Lawrence Heights Chesty Lions taking on the Olathe Northwest Ravens tonight. It's Game 3 of the 2025 Class 6A schedule, and the Chesty Lions coming in 0-2, facing this 1-1 Ravens team from Olathe Northwest. They lost their first game against Shawnee Mission East in a 31-28 close game, but Northwest blew a fourth quarter lead to drop that game, and then they had a relatively easy time against Garden City last week, did the Ravens. This is their home opener. They've been on the road the first two games, and for the Chesty Lions, a heartbreaker in the first week, and then, I don't know, Junction City, I don't know, how would you describe that game? It was a tough game to see either team get their offense going.
A defensive battle. A defensive battle.
Yeah, absolutely. So Joel Becker, Matt Llewellyn here on this broadcast of Lawrence Heights Chesty Lions football. It's a Thursday night game. I don't know if that'll make much difference to either team. Obviously, these Olathe teams are somewhat used to doing that. Generally, when they play on Thursday, it's because there are only so many fields over here at CBAC, and they have ODAC and they have CBAC for all of the Olathe school district teams. So if everybody's playing home games, or if a lot of them are playing home games, then sometimes they end up needing to push games to another day. Sometimes it's for another reason. Every once in a while you'll get a game that's on Thursday because, maybe Saturday morning there's the ACTs or something and they want to push everything back and give the kids an opportunity to get a good night's sleep and so on. But in this particular game, I'm pretty sure it's for field reasons. But for the Chesty Lions, it's a short week after playing Junction. At least we didn't have to go to Junction City, but coming all the way over here, obviously this is a game where they want to get their offense untracked and really maybe hopefully make a statement.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what they have to do, Joel. I mean, and hopefully they got their timing down. Hopefully the passes will be a lot crisper this week than they were last week. And more importantly, that all the wide receivers will catch those balls.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
You want to do the lineups or you want me to?
I want you to.
Okay. Our starting lineups brought to you by Rex's Stadium Barbershop, 1033 Massachusetts. A cut above the rest. High-quality, affordable haircuts, trims, outlines, kids, adults, military. To look and feel your best, Rex's Stadium Barbershop, 1033 Massachusetts. Proud sponsors of high school sports lineups. For the Chesty Lions, we'll start with the offense on the on the offensive line. We'll go from left tackle to right tackle. It's Devin Foster, Bailey Johnson, Hudson. Is it Hudson or Hudon?
Hudson.
Hudson. That's what I thought. Meyer. I left an S out when I typed it in here. So it's Hudon. But anyway, that's what I thought. Malachi Crimson and Wyatt Hendricks. The quarterback, Colton Curry. Wide receivers, Jackson Becker and Ethan Curry. Alex Barth, the tight end. Taj Edwards is the running back. On defense for the Chesty Lions, up front, they usually use a three-man front, although we saw four a lot last week, and we might this week as well. The Ravens tend to have a very run-heavy offense, at least from what I've seen so far. Up front, it's let's see, Jaden Harrell, Alex Bart, Ty Sessions. In the linebackers, McClure, Galbraith, Grimes, and Wingard. We saw a lot of Caleb Wingard last week, and of course Josh Galbraith was doing his best Cole Mondi impression. By the way, did you see that Cole is listed as questionable for this weekend's game?
Yeah, he broke his hand.
Yeah,
I mean it was a bummer.
Yeah. Let's see, J.J. Lucas and Adric Webb are the corners. Turner Julesgaard and Pietro Narana are the safeties for the Lions. I guess we can give some Ravens starters as well. I mean, we're not that biased, are we? Well, at least one of us isn't.
Yeah, of course not. Especially when it comes to Free State. Earlier on Rock Chalk Sports Talk when you weren't there, he asked me who I thought would would one-up each other this year, Free State or Lawrence High. I said,
in the city
showdown, and I said, you don't listen to me much, do you? Why would you have to ask that question?
Didn't know who he was talking to.
No.
All righty, so here are your starters for the Ravens up front on the offensive line. Ruggles, Sullivan, Breel, Young, and Murray, and that would be Hayden Breel, which I mentioned. I noticed that both on the Lions but on this Ravens team, there are several double names, which are either brothers or in our case it was their cousins in terms of the Currys. But I imagine that's true for the Ravens as well, at least some familial in one way or another. Their quarterback is Brody Comfort. It's Ethan Florsch as their main running back, although they use a lot of them. Tyler Breel, the other Breel, is often used in the running back, as well as Daniel Skozik. Caleb Spriggs and Evan Cates are their receivers. Nolan Wallace usually lines up as a H-back or wing-back position as well. On defense, they use a front four. Larson, Jones, Nebergall, and Florsch. And then also in the linebackers, there's really two linebackers and a Bronco, or you could say it's a 4-3 if you prefer. So Connell and Breel are the two linebackers, and Spriggs is the Bronco. Stubenrock and Cates are the corners. Heffley and Manzella are the safeties. Did you notice anything when I was reading their starters? I said the same name a lot when I was going from offense to defense. And this is a team that uses a lot. They don't platoon as much as the Lions do. And
I thought that you did well on Florsch.
Yes.
Because I wasn't 100% sure on how that name was pronounced, so I'm glad you did it first.
I asked.
Okay.
Just to be safe. All right, well, we are only a little bit away. We're still waiting for the teams to come on, as I think they're introducing lineups or something like that right now. We're going to take a break and come back with the opening kickoff. It is the Lions and the Ravens from Olathe Northwest when we return right here on Lawrence High Football on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
You know, nowadays it seems like nothing is built to last. Like phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2-tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts.
D&D Tire, 10th in Vermont in downtown Lawrence. dndtires.net.
At Lawrence's Prairie Moon Waldorf School, discover the true value of education. Our unique approach nurtures the head, heart, and hands, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and practical skills. By understanding the developmental phases of childhood, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that includes music, dance, theater, and more. These experiences help students develop intellectually, emotionally, and physically, preparing them to confidently pursue their paths. Enroll at the Prairie Moon Waldorf School in Lawrence and invest in a holistic education for your child's future.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Seaback, Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn as the Chesty Lions from Lawrence High taking on the Olathe Northwest Ravens. And we have our captains out for the coin toss. Things running a little bit late, but you want to go over our captains for today?
Yeah, I do. With a microphone in my mouth, that'd be a lot better. Brody Comfort, Cole Spriggs, Tyler Brill, and Lincoln Young are the captains for Olathe Northwest, and three new ones for the Chesty Lions again: Pietro Noara, Kyrie McGee, Turner Julesgard, and Ian Friel. And I have not spoken to Coach about his technique on that and why he does that, but I think it's kind of a neat thing that everybody's getting an opportunity to be a captain.
Yeah. It's an interesting approach as far as, because you want leadership on the team, obviously. And so that's an important part of the captainship, but also sometimes, as you said, putting it around, that will allow for more people to, do those roles for the team. It looks like the Ravens won the toss, and Or no, I take that back.
Yep.
It was the Lions who won the toss, and they have deferred. So the Ravens will get the football when we come back. It is the opening kickoff for the Lions and the Ravens from Olathe Northwest here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be involved. If you're looking for another amateur sport, check out the Kansas University Rugby Club for a schedule.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back live here at CBAC. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It's the Chesty Lions from Lawrence High getting set to take on the Olathe Northwest Ravens. And as we talked about before, the Lions won the toss and deferred. So they have chosen to kick the ball away. Well, technically it was the Ravens who chose to receive it, but they chose to defer, and that's what's going to happen when that happens. And so interesting choice to put this Ravens team on offense first. The Ravens are a very run-heavy team, so I don't know exactly what the story is with that. But
well, we're going to find out shortly.
Yeah. So ball out near the 40-yard line, and we're about set to go for this first quarter of play. Hopefully, in the relatively near future, you won't hear a hermetically sealed broadcast as we get our crowd mic out there. But right now,
I like the hermetically sealed.
No.
No? Okay.
Krieger with the ball teed up on the 40-yard line right in the center of play. It is, looks like Harrell and Spriggs back deep for the Ravens. Everybody all set. And we are underway here in the first quarter of play and way out to the back of the end zone on that kick.
And no win. So
yeah.
that's it, very interesting. That's a big kick by Krieger.
It really was. And so a touchback, and the Ravens will start on their own 20-yard line, and we'll get to see this Ravens offense. So doing a little housekeeping. Just so that you know, Drew, our producer, the window that goes out is in the room right next door there. So you're going to have to, and that's why I gave you this tape, so that you can tape that down, and then you're going to run the cable back here and plug it in. You might want to wait to plug it in over here until you know if you need any more of it.
And now back to the game with
Okay.
Lawrence High defending from the Raven 20-yard line.
1st and 10. As I mentioned before, Brady Comfort is their quarterback. He's got Bryce Randall in a pistol formation. Actually, he's going to go in an I formation as he goes under center now with an up back. And on 1st and 10, he will give it to that second man through Randall. He was hit at the line, pushes forward, gets about 3 yards on the play. Some determined running by Bryce Randall, but he only picks up 3, 2nd and 7.
So not a bad stop, but okay yardage for the Ravens there. As I'm taking care of a little homework here.
Okay, housekeeping.
Thank you.
All righty, and on the shotgun, it is a give to Randall trying to get around the end. Nice open field tackle. Jumping up and breaking up that play was Adric Webb. And that one had it looked like that one was going to go for a lot more than the 2 yards he ended up getting. It'll set up a 3rd down and 5.
That was a very nice open field tackle there by Adric. And Turner Julesgaard had a beat on him but wasn't able to catch up. But Adric kind of came out of nowhere and just got him on the end closest to us.
First potential passing down here. Comfort instead. There's a flag, and I think this one's going to get called back, and it's going to be an offsides on the Lions, and they're going to give up the 1st down. Unfortunately, that will be enough for it. The ball was ahead of the 25, so it's going to get to the 30, and they'll move the chains. They haven't actually made that official yet, but
Well,
Yeah.
they're walking it off.
I was just going to say, take
And
my
I
word
didn't
for
see
it.
any motion, but I wasn't really
But
looking for it.
The thing is it wasn't a false start. It was an offsides, which means all that anybody has to do is like lean ahead or put it, anything that goes
they could have
across
been,
that.
that could have been across the line to start with. Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the penalty for the Ravens. They come back out in the I formation, single wideouts to either side, tight end to the left on 1st and 10, and now there's a false start as the left side of the line went early as Jake Ruggles and the tight end Magnus Larson jumped off early.
And so they gave them back their 5 yards, but unfortunately you don't get to take away the first down. So.
Well, actually, in some ways, it's better because it goes from a 3rd and 5 to a 1st and 15. A lot of times, especially running teams, have a hard time once you put them into the 1st and long or any long situation. Still an I formation. Comfort gives to the second man through again. That's Randall trying to get around the left side. He's being chased. Wingard, he'll pull him down. He gets 5 yards, though. It was good chase by Wingard over there, and Caleb did get him from behind, but not before. It was about a 5-yard gain for Bryce Randall.
And again, Jules Guard had a beat on him to make sure that he contained him and had to get him outside. And as you said, Wingard able to come up there to make that tackle.
So 2nd down and 5, really 6. They need the 41. Shotgun formation this time for Comfort, and on play action goes to throws it, and on the near side it was caught, and really stumbling on the play. I believe that was McKeever who made the catch. It was Michael McKeever is able to get near a first down. He's about 2 yards shy.
Yeah, and when he got the ball, he just wasn't real secure on his feet, but I think the catch propelled him forward, so he kept on moving forward and towards the sideline, but 3 Lions were able to get up on him pretty quickly to save the first down.
3rd and 2. They go with split backs from the shotgun, and it is a give up the middle. McKeever, and he will get the first down and more across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. And that was actually Skozik on the carry. And that'll move the chain, 2nd first down for the Ravens. Opening drive here, we've played 2 minutes and 42 seconds. No score, but the Ravens have gotten a couple of first downs.
And Pietro able to kind of jump on his back after he had picked up the first down and bring him down after just a couple more.
So they'll go with that split back shotgun formation, twins on the left, man out in motion to the left side. They throw in the seam route, and it is caught. Not much on it. Another good step up that time by Galbraith.
Yeah, Galbraith and Will Grimes were able to come up there and make that stop. And
I believe that was Manzella who made the catch, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
But nice pursuit by Galbraith and Grimes able to make sure. I think they would probably give each of them a half a tackle on that, but great job by both those guys.
They go back to the I formation, move the tight end to the right side with the ball toward the middle of the field just on the left. And again, it is a give to the I back, the second man through Randall, and he was able to go in between the guards for about another 4 yards. It'll set up another 3rd down and short 3rd and 3 ball on the Lions 46. They need the Lions 43.
And I think Jaden Harrell as well as Alex Bart able to get credited with the tackle on that.
So we'll see if the Lions defense can start stiffening up here as they are in a pistol formation with an H-back and now a second back on the left side. So bunch that way, and they're going to run that direction. Randall, and he'll get the first down and more. He was hit and dragged down as he got inside the 40 down to about the 39, 38-yard line as Lucas came over, made the tackle from the quarterback position. But, again, if you're the Chesty Lions, that's not who you want to have making the tackle on that kind of play.
No, not at all, and that's why they were really able to pick up about 7 or 8 yards on that deal.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 30, about halfway between the 39 and 38. Go back to a pistol formation, same formation as before. This time they try it on the play action, rolling out to the right side. Comfort, he's being chased, and he goes out of bounds. Runs out of bounds after a gain of 2 or 3. Let's see where they put it down. if they gave him the 35. I think he's going to be closer to the 36. No, 35 it is, and so it'll be second down, and let's call it a long 6 from there.
Yeah, Galbraith able to chase him down on that, even though he did run out of bounds.
So second down, I told you this was a run-heavy team, and pretty much that's what they have been, although they're in a passing formation right now, Twins on either side, and we got flags.
And Lawrence High is saying it is on the Ravens.
Yeah, false start is going to be the call, as they kind of went with a little too much pace that time, so that'll cost them 5 yards and turn a 2nd and 6 into a 2nd and 11. Ball back at the 40-yard line of the Chesty Lions. We've played just under 5 minutes of this quarter, 7:22 to go. Apologize for us not maintaining our clock on the video feed for those of you who happen to be watching at klwn.com. Our producer will be around to do that shortly, but he's busy right now, so I'll try and tell you what's going on the second down play, and it is a direct snap, and breaking a tackle, making it up the field was Stubenbrock. He was not there. That's not their normal quarterback, but I did notice they do that from time to time. They basically go wildcat, bring in this case, one of their wide receivers in to just take the direct snap. And, boy, they had him after maybe a 3-yard game. They bounced right off of it.
Absolutely. Wingard had him down, and Wingard actually went down, and I think Wingard thought that he had the tackle, but he was able to just jump right back up and gain a big play there to pick up the first down.
And the give was to Randall, and he was knocked down. It looked like that was Julesgaard who came up and gave him the hit. Was able to fall forward for about 3 inside the red zone at the 17. It'll be second down and 7 from there.
I believe Alex Bart was in on that as well. Alex Bart now out of the game.
So they'll jump back into a deep shotgun. Comfort with one back to his left. Now they go split backs on either side of him. Twins on the left side. And it is an option play. Comfort, he kept it, and he was hit a couple of times hard. Grimes made the second hit, but he was held up first.
But I think the most impactful, if any one of those hits is going to hurt him, it would have been the one by Will Grimes. So decent stop there. I'm just going to call it third down and 7 now for the Lions. So able to pick up a yard on that one.
Hey, we got a crowd.
And now we've got a little crowd noise out there. So you do know we've got a pretty big crowd here for Northwest and the growing crowd for the Lions.
Back to throw is Comfort. They're setting up the screen, and the Lions defense really did a good job of sniffing that out. That was Grimes again. Will Grimes stepping up after the catch by Randall, and it's going to set up a 4th down and long. And I guess we may see what kind of kicker this Falcons team has.
and Grimes, just like you said, Grimes was able to clean up the garbage and probably, but I don't know that he will be credited with the tackle because Mason McClure had him down and was able to pursue really quickly and get him down before Grimes came in and gave him the hit to confirm it. But here we've got a
Sam Keeley out for what is going to be a 38-yard attempt. From the right hash mark. Good snap. The ball down. The kick is up. It's high. It is long. And it is good. So with 4:59 left to go in the first quarter, the opening drive by the Ravens from Olathe Northwest does lead to points. And they lead this game 3-0. We will take a break and then come back with the ensuing kickoff coming up right after this here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people to their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust-certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Back live at Seaback, Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It's 3-0 Olathe Northwest over Lawrence High, who are waiting to get the ball for the first time after a 38-yard field goal. It is a sort of squib kick, and it was taken and fallen on by one of the up people for the Lions. That was Luke Kress, fallen on it at about the 25-yard line, 26 or so, and that's where we're going to see Colton Curry and company and see what kind of a Chesty Lion offense we get this week.
And I spoke to Luke Kress's parents after last week's game, and we talked about Luke getting the ball when they did not have a deep kicker, as he's been looking for that, and he's really wanted to run after the catch. But certainly on that one, probably did the wise thing by just falling on that ball and making sure that just stayed in the possession of Lawrence High.
More of a spread formation with twins on either side. Quick throw. It is Ethan Curry making the catch up the seam on the left side. It's going to be good for a first down, 11-yard gain on the play all the way up. In fact, they're going to give him 12 to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 as the Lions move the chains on their very first play from scrimmage.
And Curry to Curry, that's a very nice Indian dish. We hope we see that a lot tonight.
Actually, Joey Dooley's in at quarterback right now.
Okay, how about that? Dooley to Curry.
And he's got a man in motion, is Jackson Becker in the slot on the right side with trips. Looking that direction, throwing to Becker. He makes the catch, and he will get across midfield down inside Raven territory to the 48-yard line. A nice little pitch and catch between Joey Dooley and Jackson Becker. No relation.
Hey, okay, 4:30 to go. Not bad before you got that in. And nice quick timing plays, which I said all week long. That's what they have to do to make some big-time moves on offense.
The give to Taj Edwards trying to get around the right side. He had penetration and was unable to get around it. It knocked back for maybe a half-yard loss. They might have given him the line of scrimmage. Let's call it no gain, 2nd down and 10.
And we'll keep on looking for those quick little timing plays because, man, I tell you, they can be very, very effective in high school football if they're pulled off like the way those first two plays were to Curry and Becker.
Tyler Breel making the stop for the Ravens. Shotgun formation, Edwards to the left of Joey Dooley, and he will fake it to him, keep it himself right up the middle. Had some good running room. For a big guy, moved pretty well finding that hole and getting about 5 yards. It'll set up a 3rd down and around 5 from there.
Well, when you say big, you're talking about tall, right?
Yes,
because he is
tall.
He is a very slender individual. He's 6'2", and I listed at 185, but I'll tell you, he's just very slender for just a sophomore. But nice 5-yard pickup there by Joey.
It's 185 with all pads.
Yeah.
3rd down, let's call it 6. Edwards in motion. Back to throw Dooley. He doesn't like what he sees. Rolls right, throws. He's got a man.
Wow.
He's caught, and it's going to be good for a first down inside the 30 down to about the 27. It was McGee with the catch as he found an opening just basically over the last cornerback, and a good job by Dooley to patiently find him and make a good throw.
It really was. 16 yards on the pickup there. For those two connecting. Very impressive. Very impressive how Joey Dooley really kept his cool. He thought about running, but then he pulled back before he got to the line of scrimmage and able to make that toss for the big first down play.
Kyrie McGee in motion over to the left side now in the slot with trips on the left. From the pistol, the give to Edwards, looking for a hole up the middle. He's able to push his way forward down near the red zone. He'll be about a half-yard shy of the 20-yard line, but it's a pickup of almost 6. Let's call it 2nd down and 4 from just outside the 20. It's good hard running by Edwards because he really didn't have that big a hole.
That's right. Good hard running. And we've seen that Edwards can do the good hard running and also do the finesse running.
Again, trips on the left side. Back to throw, look in that direction. It is caught by Ethan Curry, and he makes the catch and goes inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. It should move the chains again. Good for another Lions first down as they have been moving down the field with Joey Dooley in at quarterback in this first drive for this game. The clock is down to 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Lions trailing at 3-0, split backs this time as Edwards will drop back into the pistol. Kress to his left. The give is to Edwards, looking to bounce it to the outside. He works his way inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line. It was, again, some patient running by Taj Edwards, and he'll pick up 5 on that, 2nd down and 5.
So he can be finesse, patient, and strong.
They bring Alex Bart in, and Ethan Curry heads out for more of beef on the line, it would appear. Pistol formation, single wideouts on either side. And Dooley dropped the football on the snap. It was a low snap. He alertly just fell on it, but it's going to go down as a loss of about 4 and set up a 3rd down and long. I would hate for that to be a drive killer because they've looked good so far this drive.
They have looked good, but I hesitated to say it, but we do have a good field goal kicker. So there's no question that if we get into a field goal contest, I think I feel pretty confident in our chances, but we don't want that. We want to get in the end zone.
Myers put that snap a little bit low for Dooley, and he couldn't quite hang on to it. Got trips on the right side, 1 man on the left. Edwards to the left. Now Dooley's looking. He'll throw, and he was looking for McGee. McGee was looking for a flag, but
I believe it got bobbled.
Yeah.
I believe it was tipped at the line, and that could be why there wasn't a flag.
I don't know. I don't know that it would have mattered either way. And so it will be a field goal attempt indeed, as Trayvon Krieger is out to attempt what will be a 31-yard field goal from the left hash mark out of the hold of Jackson Becker. And snap back, ball down. The kick is up, and it is good. So both teams getting a first quarter field goal, and we are knotted up at 3 apiece with 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a break and come back for the kickoff right after this. 3-3 our score from Seaback here on Lawrence High Football on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Well, both teams able to move down the field on their initial drive for their offense in this game. Taking a lot of time off the clock. We've played nearly a first quarter, and both teams end up with field goals. It was unfortunate the Lions were really on a move, and then a bad snap ended up making it a field goal attempt, as Krieger will blast this one into the end zone again for a touchback. And we will see this Raven offense again, and we'll see what kind of adjustments the Lions defense makes after having a chance to see it this first time.
And I think they kind of liked what they ended up with at the end of that last drive, so hopefully they learned some things, and that's what they apply here at the beginning of this one. But the Lion offensive drive, it was unfortunate because they really seemed to be doing what they wanted it, but then the bad snap cost them and just kind of messed with their mojo. And it was at the wrong time.
So a couple of things I wonder is, does this mean we're going to be seeing a lot of Jolie Dooley today, or was he just out there to start and they're eventually going to bring Colton in? Or is there an injury that we weren't aware of or something like that for Colton Curry? I don't know. I've been trying to see if I saw him over on the sideline. Hadn't really had a good chance to look. So 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line for a second time for the Ravens, and it is a give off left tackle. And Skozik on the carry. It gets about 5 yards up to the 25. It'll be 2nd down. That may be the last play of the quarter. They don't have to run another play, that they could. There's about 15 seconds left. They don't seem to be in any hurry to get up the line, so I think that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. 7 seconds left. And that will do it. 12 minutes of football in the books. We haven't solved anything yet. 3-3 is our score. Another low-scoring game so far, but both offenses in this game at least are moving the football. We will see how it goes in the second quarter when we come back here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to CBAC. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn.
And I'm trying to, I'm asking a couple people questions about insights on Joey this week in practice to see if that was it, or if there was another reason behind Joey starting, getting the nod over Colton. But, what I've spoken to Coach about previously is that really, he had really planned to play both of them. There was no, just didn't, and obviously they were going to go with Colton as their starter, but didn't know how it work out for the rest of the games. But so far he gets a start, and we're starting up here. Oh, boy, great hit, and the ball comes out, and that hit was put on big time by Turner Jules guard to knock that ball out of there. And are they even calling it a catch? I would imagine it certainly looked like a catch to me. And they're calling a timeout now on the field. But Turner Jules guard, so there was a catch, and Turner Jules guard just put a huge hit on him on the receiver. That ball came out, but then Northwest was able to jump back on it. But that was good for a 3 yards there on second down. So 3rd down and 6 now.
Give up the middle, and they went this time with Randall. And it looks like he did get enough to get a first down on the 3rd down and 6 play. That'll move the chains up at the 31-yard line.
And Pietro with the stop there for the Lions. In the secondary area for the Lions.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball just a little bit past the 30-yard line. From the pistol formation. Twins on the left. Again, a give trying to go off left tackle, and running out of bounds is Randall.
And there's a flag on the play, and I'm afraid that's going to
hit.
Late hit out of bounds, yep. And that's going to probably be a very, very costly penalty for the Lions, depending on how they exactly call this. But he was clearly out of bounds when he was hit by the defender. And it is a personal foul indeed on the Lions, so that's going to be a big one. $15 yards on that penalty for the Lions, so that penalty gives the Ravens quite a bit more yards than they'd had on the rest of the series, putting them into Lions territory at the 47-yard line. So Ravens now into Lion territory the second time in this game.
Split backs this time. And Comfort, and it is a give, trying to go on the right side as he went that time, looked like to Harrell on the carry. And he'll pick up about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And doesn't seem to be a lot of talking by the Lions going on, trying to identify what this next play is going to be.
Split backs again, Twins on the right side, and again a give up the middle. Big hole this time, and this is Randall. He breaks the tackle, gets inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. And, boy, the Lions I'm sure going to be hearing it on the sideline about their tackling. They've been a little bit lax as far as being able to get some of these running backs down for the Ravens.
Yeah, he's just been kind of bouncing off them, Joel. I mean, there's not been crisp on that end of the ball. And again, just didn't seem to be a lot of energy out there, which is one thing that I felt like the Lions have had a lot of this year so far, but not a lot of talking, not a lot of identifying what they think might be happening out there.
1st and 10 from the 25 of the Lions. Man in motion, back to throw. Comfort looking over the middle, and incomplete. His intended receiver fell down right as he was throwing the football. No flag or anything on the play, so I don't think there was any contact. He was looking for Stubenrock.
Yeah, I think just a slick field.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it has been raining all day.
Yeah.
So that may be a factor. It's fortunate, knock on wood, that we haven't had any problems so far during the game. But I still imagine the field's got some moisture out to it. So 2nd out and 10. Twins on the left side. And split backs from the shotgun. Give Randall up the middle of the big hole. He is going to cut to the left side, gets inside the 15, and finally forced out of bounds. And Wingard, along with McClure, finally took him out, but not before he was able to get yet another first down and move the Ravens inside the red zone. In fact, inside the 15. 9:47 left to go here in the second quarter. 3-3.
And sorry about the video, folks. I think we're now back on the board.
Yeah, it's fine now, but yeah, we were having some issues with it before. From the I formation, rolling out right side. It is a toss. It is caught, and inside the 10, down inside the 5, caught by McKeever. And it will be close to a 1st and goal. Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 5.
And stopped by the pursuing Adric Webb. Adric was able to come up and make that tackle, saving the first down and potentially saving a touchdown.
Clock running with 9:05 left to go in the second quarter. Well, they were bend but not break the first time around. We'll see if the Lions can stiffen up on defense here as Comfort directing traffic. Takes the snap and gives it up the middle. Randall, he breaks the tackle, gets inside the 5 down to about the 1. It was shy of the goal line, but it's going to be a 1st and goal.
Yeah, not a lot of pursuit on that, Joel. I mean,
there's been just way too many big, huge holes up the middle. I mean, their front 3 there in the center and the 2 guards have been just blowing the line up. He hadn't had contact until the second level for about the last 2 or 3 times he's touched the football. So 1st and goal from the 1. If this was Sunday, there'd be a tush push going on.
And if we happen to live in Philadelphia.
That's what I meant. Looks like we're going to get a timeout by the Ravens. There's still 13 seconds left to go on the play clock, so apparently it was something he didn't like in terms of the coaching staff of the Ravens and just decided to chat it over. 3-3 our score, 8:24 left to go in the first half of play. Both teams have moved the ball on offense, but both teams stalled out the first time around. This is the second drive for the Ravens, and they are on the 1-yard line.
So a little bit different than what we saw last week, as it just was the offense wasn't really able to move at all.
On both sides.
On both sides. And this able to get some movement, just not through the end zone. And we'll have a special treat the first time the Lawrence Lions score a touchdown tonight. We'll tell you about that when it happens.
So after the timeout, Comfort from a pistol formation. Randall behind him, just a hair to his right. Single backs, now a man in motion as they'll go with dual H-backs. And they give it up the middle. Randall bounces, and good penetration that time as the Lions are able to get into the backfield and take him down. A host of about 5 white jerseys back there, led by Turner Julesgaard and others, and that was, to be honest, a bit of a mistake for Randall. Bryce Randall, went into the line. The line was stopped, but he jumped backwards, and there was just nowhere for him to go. He probably would have been better off just going down and keeping it as a 2nd and goal from the
line. And I doubt that the way it's been tonight, I'm sure he didn't think that he was going to have 5 Lions on him right away, but that was a big loss of about 6 yards there.
Yeah, maybe even 7. 2nd and goal. They try and get around left tackle this time, running for the corner of the end zone. He spins around one guy and into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown for the Ravens. Wingard had an opportunity to stop him at about the 3, but he made a really nice spin move to get around him, and then on the hit, he ended up in the end zone for the first 6-point touchdown of the day, going to Olathe Northwest with the extra point to come.
Yeah, Jules Guard and Galbraith were able to slow him down, and it almost looked like they were going to have him short of the goal line at about the 3-yard line, and then the hit by Wingard, I don't know if that actually got him out of the arms of those guys and able to help him get in the end zone, but who knows? Either way, that's 6 points for the Northwest.
Keeley's extra point is up, and it is good. 7:35 left to go, second quarter. And for the second time in the game, the Ravens get on top. They lead it 10-3. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people to their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust-certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to CBAC, the College Boulevard Activities Center. One of the places where the Olathe School District teams play here in Olathe, Kansas. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn. It's the Olathe Northwest Ravens on top of your Lawrence Heights Chesty Lions. 10-3 our score. Still plenty of time to go here in the second quarter as Keeley has the ball up on the 30-yard line, or 40-yard line, right in the middle of the field on the tee awaiting this kickoff. And I did notice, by the way, that he didn't come anywhere close to a long kickoff in any of the previous ones I saw. So it is another squib kick, and it is taken, bobbled, and then fallen on.
And was
at
that
about
Kress
the 30-yard
again?
line. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, it was not. It actually was Kai Heinewald.
But heads up by Kai, got the ball in and out of his hands, bobbled it, but then very, very smartly just fell on that ball to hold it and secure it for the Lions.
Well, pretty good field position up at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So it's, you don't have to do anything special with it, like you said, and you don't want to take the chance of, rummaging around for it and then ending up getting hit or losing it or something like that. It is, of course, a free live ball. So we will see how things go. It is still Joey Dooley in at quarterback. Twins on the left side, one man on the right. And off the first down play, looked one side, now he'll come to the left. He throws, it is caught Ethan Curry, and he breaks a tackle going down the far sideline, stayed in bounds somehow, and gets all the way down inside the 40, down to about the 38. Looks like they're going to give him the 40-yard line.
Yeah, nice pickup there by Ethan Curry, and a great throw by Dooley.
Yep, 30-yard pickup overall on about a 10-yard pass. And the Ravens jumped. They didn't go across the line, but I think the ruling was that their jumping caused the false start by the Chesty Lions, and so they called the offsides and a free 5 yards. So, the Lions have not had a hard time moving the football in this game so far. They just got stalled out when they got inside the red zone. It's a give to Edwards. He breaks the tackle up the middle, and he's got a lot of running room inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. 2 plays and a penalty, and the Lions are in the red zone.
Nice run there by Taj, able to get through the line very quickly, and then boom, he poured it on. And you love seeing him with that open speed, that open field running. So 2 plays, 50 yards.
Lions go with the shotgun formation. Edwards to the right of Dooley. He's got an H. There seems to be a little bit of confusion. The play clock still got 10 seconds on it. Twins on the right, one on the left. Back to throwing on the right side. It is caught by Curry. Makes a move, makes a man miss inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line. He is hit and tackled down at the 9. Boy, I tell you what, that was a lot of Ethan Curry. Now, it was a good throw by Dooley because, if he didn't put a lot, that was a hard throw because it looks a lot shorter than it actually is, and if he didn't put as much as he did on it, somebody would have picked that one. But after he caught it, it was Curry able to make a few guys miss.
Yeah, I was very nervous about the up man coming in and being able to tip that ball, but wasn't to be. He nice pickup there.
And it's Dooley on the keeper. He lost the football at the end, but he is being marked down, and I think that's the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. The ground caused that football, and that caused that fumble, and that can't happen.
So he went off right tackle after the fake handoff to Edwards, and there was a big hole. And Joey Dooley's run a couple of times in this game and has been able to pick up at more than 5 yards each time. I think it was like 7 and this time 8. So it will be 2nd and goal. Ball's about on the 2-yard line. Let's call it the 3. No, let's call it the 2. Ethan Curry's going to come in and take the direct snap this time. Not Colton, but Ethan. It's not the first time they've done that. With Becker in front, they toss it to him. He's hitting the backfield and taken down for a loss of about 2. Good penetration that time by the Ravens.
God, and did you
Somebody shot the gap.
wonder if they just really read that? Because I didn't see that coming at all, but well timed by the center. Becker was able to get it right away. It looked like a great play, and it would have scored. But, man, the Ravens read it all the way and came through and were able to get a tackle for a loss there.
Yeah, one of the linebackers absolutely shot the gap. And now I think the Lions are going to call timeout.
Well, with 3rd down to goal to go at the 5, you definitely want to get this thing right here. Don't want to have to settle for another field goal.
Yeah, especially down 10-3, 5:12 left to go in this first half of play.
Yeah, with all of the first 3 plays totaling a lot of yardage, and then a nice little run for 7, but a loss of 2 there on that one.
It's kind of a mirror image of what the first drive was like, where they just moved the ball down the field pretty much at will, but then when they got near the goal line, stalled out inside the red zone.
The 30-yard catch by Curry is probably the 2nd longest of the year so far, the Lions.
Wouldn't be surprised.
We had a 61-yarder by Becker in our first game.
So that would be more.
Yes.
So Dooley back in at quarterback for this 3rd and 5 play. Curry is out on the left side in the slot, and Becker on his left. Back to throw, looking that direction, throwing, and it is caught. Touchdown for the Lions. Jackson Becker on the slant route. Threw it into a crowd to Joey Dooley, but he got away with it, and with an extra point, we could be tied.
Just a great pass there by Joey Dooley. He just had it, and, man, now the coaches are fired up. Joey Dooley's fired up, coming off to the sideline.
And he just fired that in there. Like I said, there was the opportunity to break that up or even get in front of it for a Raven defender, but it didn't happen. Becker over to hold as Krieger out to attempt the extra point and tie this thing up. Snap back, ball down, kick up. It is high, it is long, it is good. 5:07 left to go, first half. We are knotted up at 10. Lions and the Ravens. We'll be back with a kickoff after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Brian Haney here with my good buddy Matt Llewellyn of the 23rd Street Brewery. KU football is back, and specifically back in Lawrence. That's got to be great for you, Matt.
It is so awesome, Brian. I'm so excited that they're back in Lawrence this year, and we've got all kinds of great things coming at the brewery. We've got brunch now, and we're going to open early for all the games, 9 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday. 23rd Street Brewery's open. We've got brunch, but then we've got our regular items too. So come join us at 23rd Street Brewery.
Always a fan favorite, the 23rd Street Brewery, Clinton Parkway and Cassold in Lawrence.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Seaback, Joel Becker, Matt Llewellyn. Well, with that touchdown, you score another free pancake at your Lawrence IHOP. That brings our total up to 1 free pancake tonight, only at IHOP. It's a new sponsor we have here for both Lawrence High and Free State High School football at KLWN. Our friends over at IHOP, of course, that's down at 31st in Iowa, if you're not familiar with the store. And for tonight, if you, they're open 24/7, so if you head on over there, no matter how many touchdowns a team scores on a football Thursday or Friday night, you can go down and get yourself a free pancake at IHOP. So there you go. That's our first one of the season since it started tonight.
Yeah, and that was the treat that I was speaking of earlier. A treat every time the Chesty Lions get a touchdown, you get a free pancake.
Krieger kicking it the other direction, and just like the other way, it's halfway into the end zone for a touchback. And I tell you what, he's been really bombing these kickoffs today. That's his third one. That was one of the shallowest ones he kicked, and it was halfway into the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line once again for the Ravens. That is where they've started all 3 of their drives. They have scored on the first 2, a field goal and a touchdown, and of course so has the Chesty Lions. 5:07 left to go in the second quarter, and we'll see if the Lions defense can come up with some stops. It's been very run heavy for the Ravens. They come out in run formation. It's the I formation, and it's a give to Randall trying to go off left tackle. He will break it out, and it is hit and tackled. A great open field tackle. Stepping up on the play was J.J. Lucas. We'll see what kind of forward progress they gave him. Not much. It was actually a pretty good spot for the Lions. They'll give him 2 2nd and 8.
Well, and I just thought that was an absolutely great open field tackle by J.J. I mean, just great pursuit. Just came up, made sure that his man wasn't able to get upfield at all, and make that stop for just a short gain on first down.
Well, and he made the stop, but he even came off the block to do it, because it's not the receiver was right there.
And bring him down on the tackle, which we haven't seen a lot of open field tackles tonight.
From the pistol, the give is to Randall. He was able to weave his way across the line of scrimmage, but not much more. Maybe another 2 on the play around the 23-24. They'll put it down at the 23, so it's a gain of 1. And we'll set up a 3rd down and 7. We haven't had a whole lot of 3rd and longs against this Ravens team, so the Lions have a big opportunity here to create a 3 and out after they score their first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and that could be what gets this defense fired up and make some pursuit and make sure that they get those tackles.
So Twins on the left side, H-back on the left, on the right side. And it's Comfort. He will pull the ball down, rolling right side, throwing right side. He's got a man. It is caught. Did he keep his feet in bounds? They're looking, and they say no, incomplete.
Yeah, I say if you watch the Lawrence High sideline, which is where it was, they were all saying bobble and not completed. And that ball is going back. So 4th down and long.
So it'll be a punting situation for the Ravens. It was close. It was one of those things where he tried to stay in bounds and catch it, but apparently could not secure it. And we shall see. I haven't really seen a punting unit come out. It's the same guy, Dan Keeley, who is their punter. And they're keeping the offense on the field. So an interesting choice here with the ball on their own 23-yard line. Now the quarterback drops back, and he's going to pooch punt it. Boy, they almost now they're going to get a roughing the kicker call. And it was caught by Ethan Curry, but this one, unfortunately, is not going to go the Lions' way. They tried to – the quarterback, Comfort, dropped back and did a pooch punt, and whoever was coming in going for the block ran right into him. Now, I don't know if there's a 5-yard running into the kicker in high school. I don't think so.
Well, and here comes the call.
Yeah. If it's a personal foul, which it is, that's going to give him a first down. And I'm pretty sure, and to be honest, I think that's probably the right call. And it's, it's one of those things, you feel bad for the Lions, for the rusher on that play, because it's not something he's probably used to doing. And, it's the quarterback is much closer than a normal punter would be, plus they're not in punt formation. So, you see an opportunity where you can shoot the gap and get there, and he did, but he didn't get – if he'd have blocked the punt, then he could have done what he did. But since he didn't get a piece of it, then you cannot run into the kicker like that. And so the Lions will give the ball back. That basically is a turnover for the Lions. It's not officially, but it is. Pistol formation for the Ravens, and it'll be a give to Randall trying to go up the middle, and a good job to save a big gain that time by
Will Grimes.
Yeah, by Grimes again. But tell you what, there was another after 3 good plays by the Lions defense up front. That one we had another big hole up the middle,
and very costly part of that series there. I mean, that it was a turnover. I mean, it was going to be Lawrence High's ball.
Right.
Just needed to
Has
make
the
it
same
clean.
effect anyway. So 2nd down and 5. Ball is on the 43-yard line. Back to throw Comfort. He'll step up. Now he'll throw over the middle, incomplete. Not sure if he was going for the deep ball or the up ball. I think he was going for the up ball, which not really sure who his intended target may have been, because it really wasn't anybody for sure. Maybe Nathan Wiley. But at any rate, it'll go down as an incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 2:44 left to go in the first half, and now a 3rd and 5, so another opportunity here for the Lions defense. It's a makeable 3rd down, but it's not an automatic.
I'd say the defense just has to get tough and hold them right here.
I'll be curious to see if they go run or pass here. And they do go the run, and Randall up the middle. He'll get the first down. Not a whole lot more. They did finally close the door when he got to the first down marker, but he got it easily. He needed 5, got 6, up to the 49. And it'll be 1st and 10. 2:37 showing on the clock here in the first half. Game is tied at 10 apiece.
And just not the defensive intensity by the front line there. And
from the shotgun formation, and it's on play action, rolling to his right side is Comfort, being chased, and he will let one go and threw into double coverage and overthrew his target by quite a bit. It'll just be an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10, 2:07 left to go in the first half. Both teams have a couple of timeouts left, if you're wondering.
And no flags on that. He threw it into double coverage, but it very easily there could have easily been contact by the Lions, but there fortunately was not, and so that was an incomplete pass. 2nd down 10. Ball still in Ravens territory, but just barely.
On the 49, I formation behind Comfort. And he will give it to Randall, the second man through. He was hit at the line and tackled for no gain. Once again, Grimes comes up. He was helped out by Krieger on the play. And now we'll get the second timeout called, I believe, by the Ravens with 1:56 left to go. And it's an interesting choice for them to call that timeout because it's a 3rd and 8 right now.
And it is interesting that was Krieger, that might have been the first defensive tackle I've seen Krieger be involved with.
I remember him one last week as well, because I remember thinking, boy, that's our kicker.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's not been a very common thing.
But Krieger's, good sized, 6'2", 215 pounds, listed as a tight end and a linebacker, so not even listed as a kicker.
I was going to say he's actually on the depth chart as a defensive lineman. You're right, on the roster it says otherwise. So the ball's right across the 50-yard line. 1:56. And that was actually a Lions timeout, not a Ravens timeout, which makes a lot more sense. Leaves them with 1. 4 down linemen on the 3rd and 9. Back to throws Comfort, getting a hard rush. He sets up a screen. It is caught and bouncing off the tackle, getting across the 45 down to about the 42, but shy of a first down.
Just barely.
Now, it's interesting to see what they're going to do here because the Lions called another timeout. It'll be their last timeout with 1:43 left to go, but it's 4th down and 1. Now, I imagine this is outside of the range of their kicker. It would be a 61-yard kick from here. But, you know, do you try and go for it here on 4th and 1, or do you just kick it away and figure you're going to be far enough downfield that it won't be a problem?
Oh, I think there's no question you go for this on the if you're the Ravens.
I mean, you would be giving the Lions a much shorter field if they can stop you.
And, you know, the Lions don't have to go very far to get into Krieger's range. I've not seen his real long balls, but I have heard that Krieger can go 50, 55 yards.
So it'll be an interesting choice here. You never know. They do have 2 timeouts to do the Ravens, so they may call one when they see the formation. They've got split backs from the shotgun, twins on the left. And they do snap the ball. They give it, and it's going to be a first down. Way more, and breaking a tackle, getting inside the 25 down to the 20 is Skozek. And Daniel Skozek he's had a few good runs in this game. They haven't gone to him but maybe 3 times. But that was just another big hole up the middle, and they'd kind of committed to that.
Yeah, and bouncing off the would-be tacklers, and
right.
It was J.J. Lucas who finally got the stop.
Yeah, but like I said before, that's not what you want if you're the Lions.
Not at all. To
have your cornerback making the tackle, certainly not 20 yards downfield either.
Right.
So 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of the Lions. And it is a direct snap, and running up the middle of the field once again is Steubenrock. He came in for that Wildcat snap, and he will gain about 9 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and short. Under a minute left to go. Like I said, 2 timeouts left for the Ravens.
And Wingard on the stop for the Lions. And clock is running at 45 seconds now left in this game.
Half.
Half sake. I wouldn't be so calm if it was the game.
Twins on either side, and again to Steubenbach up the middle. Stutter step. He gets a first down inside the 10, down to about the 7. Now they'll call timeout with 28.3 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and definitely saving it so now that they'll have 1 timeout left, so you would think that this will be the one they try to get in the end zone, but they might have a couple of different options here.
Comfort is back in. He'll give it and roll it to the right side, and Walton in the end zone. Untouched was Bryce Randall. And, boy, that clock ran for about 2 seconds after the touchdown was scored.
Well, there's no way we ran off 12 seconds on that play because he was in there quick.
But at any rate, with 14 seconds showing on the clock, once again, for the 3rd straight time, the Ravens from Olathe Northwest take the lead, 16-0 with the extra point to come. Sam Keeley out to kick it. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. So 14 seconds showing on the clock. I don't know if they'll make any changes to that. Probably not. And 17-10 is our score. The good news is for the Lions, they will get the ball to start off the second half, so at least they have that to look forward to. They've got a kickoff as well. We'll see that when we come back here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be involved. If you're looking for another amateur sport, check out the Kansas University Rugby Club for a schedule.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Seaback. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. 17-10, Olathe Northwest over the Chesty Lions. Sam Keeley with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. He's been squibbing it, and he will squib it again down the middle of the field. It was bounced off of an up man, and now it is taken. And up around the 20 trying to fight forward. Is that Galbraith? Yeah, it
Galbraith
is. Got across the 20, but not much further. There is still 6.4 seconds left to go. I don't imagine they'll test out Joey Dooley's arm here. Although you never know.
I mean, why not? Just so long as you don't let him get away from you, and you complete that pass. And you never know.
Well, we got some weapons: Jackson Becker, Ethan Curry. I mean, they're guys that can certainly run downfield.
Absolutely, I'd have no difficulties giving it to the ball for a quick little 5-yard pass to Becker and see what he can do.
So Dooley's out there. They have 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Taj Edwards is in the backfield from the shotgun, and it'll be give to Edwards. He's hit from behind, got up to the line of scrimmage, and maybe another yard more, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have played one half of this game, and it has been back and forth. The Ravens will take the lead, and then the Lions will tie it up, but they hadn't had the chance to do that. They will when the second half comes up. But right now at halftime, our score is 17-10. You've got a guest coming up at halftime.
I do. Coach Dirk Wedd joins us.
So stay tuned for that. We're going to pause for station identification and go right into break as we have hit halftime. 17-10 our score. Olathe Northwest on top of Lawrence High here on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence.
Friday nights in Lawrence mean one thing, game time. And when it comes to keeping your ride game day ready, there's only one name you trust, Westridge Auto Wash and Lube, right off of 6th and Castle. Locally owned by Don Greenfield, a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence since 2005. Fast, reliable, trained technicians, and a heart that beats for this town. Don's wife teaches in the district. His kids graduated here. This isn't just a business, it's community. So before you hit the road to cheer on your home team, swing by Westridge Auto Wash and Lube, where Lawrence rolls clean and proud.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people to their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust-certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
In the heart of Lawrence, Kansas, off 6th and Castle, there's a place that's more than just a wash and lube. It's where Don Greenfield, local business owner, proud father, and husband to a longtime teacher, has been serving our community since 2005. Westridge Auto Wash and Lube is a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence, locally owned and operated by trained technicians. Fast, reliable, trusted. Because here, you're not just a customer, you're family. Visit Westridge Auto Wash and Lube right off 6th and Castle in Lawrence, where Lawrence comes to shine.
You know, nowadays it seems like nothing is built to last. Like phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2-tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived, and hello to something that lasts.
D&D Tire, 10th in Vermont in downtown Lawrence. dndtires.net.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Well, we're back here at Seaback at halftime where the Lions trail the Olathe Northwest Ravens 17-10. Lions will get the ball when we come back, but unfortunately Ravens were able to get a late touchdown there in that end of the half. They had them stopped 4th and 1. And unfortunately, Ravens able to do all the things they need to do to get in the end zone, which is, I guess, the game of football, which our guest here at halftime knows all about the game of football, and certainly from a Lawrence High perspective as a long-time, 19-year history coach for the Lawrence Chesty Lions. Coach Dirk Wedd joins us. Coach, how are you?
Thank you. Yeah, everything's good.
Good. How about, first of all, let's just talk about you here. What's going on in your life? I know you've got a grandson down there on that football field, and you're always paying attention to what's going on with the Chesty Lions no matter what. But other than Lawrence High activities and grandkids, what else is going on in your world?
Well, I work part-time for Jostens Rings, so September and October are really busy, and then in the spring we turn into caps and gowns and graduation announcements.
Okay.
So March and April, pretty busy there. But
and are
not too busy to make sure I get to all the football, baseball games, all that stuff.
And there are a lot of those. And so you're working for Jostens. Is that just primarily with Lawrence High, or are you working also Free State or all other high schools too?
Yeah, there's we have our territory runs from Johnson County all the way to the Colorado border, and pretty much along I-70 north.
Okay.
So a little bit south, but mostly north.
So are you on the road that a lot of times? Or?
Yeah, but they're really good about making it so you're always back at night.
Okay.
You may have to get up in the morning a little early, but that's okay. I just love, my whole life I've been in a high school, so whether I was recruiting, when I was coaching, or whether or not I was coaching at the high school level. So it's been a good experience, a great company, and they take care of you. So
well, great.
Good.
Well, as always, it's always great to talk to you, and I love talking to you, whether whatever it is we're talking about. Usually it has something to do with Lawrence High School athletics, but and sometimes we get a little cantankerous because you and I are kind of the same ink, like Brad Stoll and Adam Green. We bleed the red and black. Absolutely, and there are quite a few of us like that. Thank goodness. A lot of proud old Chesty Lion folks, and I know that. I mean, we're all a part of it, but that's what we love to talk about. But how about these Chesty Lions on the football field this year under the new leadership of Jason Thorne?
It's going to work out. It's been a tough process in that Jason got hired so late. Whatever it was, May or something, and so it's been a while. It takes a while to everyone, both coaches and players to feel comfortable around each other, and that goes for assistant coaches also. But Jason is unbelievable. He's a great communicator, great motivator. He's just a special person. Very good football player, All-State. In '93 on our state championship team, then went on and played 4 years at KU at linebacker for Coach Mason and had a whole bunch of tackles. And then he wanted to be a coach, and that was great. He was my assistant for a year, and then he got into then he went up to Minnesota as a graduate assistant, and then I came back down, and he was at Baker as assistant for quite a while, and then head coach for 4 or 5, and then he got the college itch, which a lot of people do, and he was an analyst for Mississippi State and Connecticut. So he's got an unbelievable background. I mean, when you have head coaching experience, you can take that wherever, and it's going to work out great. We've got some, the senior class is doing a great job leadership wise and buying in. And then the junior class is good, sophomore class is good, freshman class is undefeated. So, it looks bright.
It really does. And while we're trailing in this one and we've dropped our first two, what I've told everybody, it's like this team is only going to get better, and it's not about the 2 losses, but you just kind of see it on the field. The kids seem to really believe in each other and like each other.
Yeah, Matt, this first half was kind of a area where they've struggled in that one. They make them punt. We're going to get the ball back with 3 minutes or 3, whatever. Okay. Well, we rough the kicker, and that gives them new life. And so, like any good football team, Olathe North or Olathe Northwest knew what to do, and marched down and stuck it in. But we get the football, start the second half, and good things are going to happen. And again. We've got some weapons on offense, and defensively we're going to be good. It takes a while to buy into his scheme. We need to set an edge in the second half. If we do that, I think we can stop. Do a good job stopping their running game.
And what do you make of Joey Dooley getting all the snaps this week instead of Colton Curry?
Oh, I think as a coach sometimes, I think the 2 of them were similar all during summer and early season stuff. 2-a-days or jamboree and stuff like that. And I think because of the way the games flowed, the first 2 games, it wasn't possible to pull Colton. And so that left Joey with I think one series
yeah.
in 2 games.
Yeah.
And again, that's not a reflection on Colton. That's a reflection on giving him an opportunity. See what he does when he gets an opportunity. And again, it's hard. You ruffle feathers, and the locker room can be divided if you're not careful. But, I'm sure Coach Thorne's done a great job of that, and I think that's where the seniors got to step in and make sure that everyone's on the same page. And whoever's the quarterback for that series, you're 100% for, and then keep going.
Yeah, I mean, well said. And we haven't really had anything from the booth where we're not coaches, we're just talkers, but we didn't really have anything bad to say about the job that Colton was doing at quarterback. He seemed to be doing a good job. It just
he's a great kid, and more importantly, he did an unbelievable job the first game. And again, there's a lot of things that go into a quarterback. The offensive line's got to protect him. Whether or not you can run for your life and get something done, that usually is not a good ingredient. So again, the Junction City game was odd because there were so many athletes on the field. I mean, they were loaded with speed, and that defense was really, really good, and it was hard for anyone to get a yard.
A very, very physical game.
I
mean, and I felt like that game, it seemed to me like the hits were coming a lot more freely for Lawrence High, and Lawrence High was putting on some pretty good punishment there on Junction City. It just wasn't able to pay off in the long run, as got a 7-14 loss. But you never would have thought that game, after going 61 to 59 or 69 to 51 last year, then ending up a 14-7 defensive shoot.
I think that shocked everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah,
how that went down. So, what do you think here now? Do you think we're going to see Colton Curry in a series or two, or do you think he'll stick with Dooley? Or do you have any thoughts on that at all?
No, Matt. When you coach and you're at practice every day, you know how you're going to address the game. You may not tell everybody, but you know in the back of your mind. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Thorne does. I know he thinks he's got 2 good quarterbacks, so that's huge. Not very many high schools can say they've got two quarterbacks that can win. So, you know, and the thing is, that, you know, whether Colton or Joey, the most important thing is to constantly remember that you're one snap away from being on the field. So you have to be ready, because something could happen, and you know, you're the guy. So again, I think Colton will handle it correctly. He's a quality kid, great parents. You know, he'll handle it, and just like Joey, I don't think ever pouted. I think he was positive on the sideline, and again, that's an outsider's view. But knowing Lawrence High kids, you know, I know that they think the most important thing is the scoreboard, and the rest of it, individual stats and snaps and things like that, are secondary to, you know, what the scoreboard says. That's what we've believed in for 50, 60, 70 years.
And you know what? And 99% of our parents and our families out there believe the same way that we do, Coach. And you know, I have not been able to get acquainted with the Currys, but I do know the Dooleys very well. And man, they've just seemed so supportive of whatever Coach decides to do, and they're not going to interject their feelings in things. And I think that's the message, or at least that's what they've kind of shared with me. I believe they're supportive of the coach, and they want their son to work hard and do what the coach tells them, and just be there for the team, and be there for the Chesty Lions and whatever's needed. And if you're needed to stand on the sideline and carry the clipboard and just be ready to go whenever, that's what you need to be doing.
Yeah, you know, Lawrence High's been, you know, it's kind of crazy. You walk in the gym and you see, you know, 113 state championships, and you don't see all-state plaques. You don't see banners that say this guy, you know, was you know, an all-stater and rushed for 3,000 yards or anything like that. But, you know, what's there are team banners that say state championships. So every time you walk in that school, you know the goal is to win a state championship, and it's been like that, you know, from Coach Woolard to, you know, Coach Freeman to Coach Purdy. They just built just an unbelievable school, unbelievable programs.
Well, and you know, just like you and I have talked about many times, we sure would love to see a brand new shiny scoreboard like they have over here at CBAC. That thing amazing. But you know, the addition that they made to our stadium this year was the coolest thing in the world, of all those state championships lined up on the other side of the field.
That's cool.
I mean, that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and after the last home game, I take care of the officials for home games, which somehow does not sound right. That's kind of like the coyote guarding the hen house.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had to go back out, and there were 3 or 4 former players that I knew were standing on either side of one of the ones that they won, and getting pictures taken.
Oh, that's so cool.
And had their sons and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, that's what makes Lawrence High so special. Yeah,
that's a really cool deal. And I know that we've got some reunions coming up, and I'm excited for that. The classes that have been there and are always come back, always have a big group of people come back for those Lawrence High games, and that's always a lot of fun. But Coach,
and they sometimes hang out at this one little place, 23rd. Or
hey, if I can get them to come to 23rd Street Brewery, man, I love it. I love it when I get a room full of Chesty Lions.
There you go.
And if you believe this, I had a big long conversation with the Denines today, and we were talking about their kids and their neighbors of mine, and of course, Jody was a huge Chesty Lion, and then all of a sudden all of her boys went to Free State, and I gave her relentless hard time about that, as well as her husband Joe.
And so they live close to you. Where do you live? I'm sorry.
I live on the Lawrence High. I do live on the Lawrence High side of town.
So do they.
I know they do. But I told them, I said, now that their kids are out, and they're not going to Free State, they're more than welcome to come back in the fold and join us back at Lawrence High. And they have agreed that they need to get back for a game. But we had a good time talking about that, and they talked about you and
good for them
and some old Lawrence High blood, but they'll come back sometime. Anyway,
that's great,
Coach. So great to talk to you. Thanks for taking the time at halftime to come out and chatting with us.
Thank you, Matt.
You're listening to Lawrence High School football on KLWN. Depend on it.
At Lawrence's Prairie Moon Waldorf School, discover the true value of education. Our unique approach nurtures the head, heart, and hands, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and practical skills. By understanding the developmental phases of childhood, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that includes music, dance, theater, and more. These experiences help students develop intellectually, emotionally, and physically, preparing them to confidently pursue their paths. Enroll at the Prairie Moon Waldorf School in Lawrence and invest in a holistic education for your child's future.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be involved. If you're looking for another amateur sport, check out the Kansas University Rugby Club for a schedule.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Seaback. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. Second half about to begin. 17-10 our score, Olathe Northwest. And the squib kick comes to an up man. This time it's fielded pretty well. And it's Jackson Becker who fields it and runs up ahead to about the 33-yard line. Good field position for the Chesty Lions getting started for this second half. And by the way, I don't know if you've noticed this, but in my opinion, literally every kickoff that Olathe Northwest has had, they've been offsides. There's a guy that's right next to the kicker, and he has gone past that kicker before he kicks the ball, every single one of them, and they haven't called it yet.
I haven't noticed that, but I have noticed that they put Jackson Becker right where they thought the ball was going to go.
Yeah.
I figure that. Jackson just not able to get too many yards there on that return, but he was surrounded by Ravens right away. But Lions will have decent starting position with the 34-yard line.
Joey Dooley remains in at quarterback, and he'll give it to Taj Edwards trying to go off left tackle. Not a whole lot of room there. And he will get maybe a yard or two. It'll be second down and long, and I think we're going to get a legal formation call here on the Lions.
Yeah.
Not sure they're aware that there's a penalty coming up.
I mean.
But the call is illegal formation against the Lions. So that'll cost them 5 yards, and it will be 1st and 15 with the ball on the 29-yard line. So the difference in this game is a roughing the kicker call that happened late in the second quarter. It let a drive continue as back to throw goes Dooley. This is Colton Curry, and he will carry it himself, gets back up to near the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard shy, and it will be a second down and about 11 from there. So interestingly, that basically is where they would have been without the penalty, as it turned out, because if you remember, Edwards only got a yard or so on the first down play. But anyway, so getting back to it, late in the second quarter, it was a fourth down play, 4th and 1 from the 25-yard line, and they did a pooch kick, and unfortunately the Lions came in and roughed the kicker. That allowed the drive to keep going. They eventually scored a touchdown, and it's 17-10. Curry throwing, it's intercepted, picked off as he was looking for Curry. This one's going to be a pick six all the way back, as that was Manzella able to pick it off. Colton Curry threw it right to him. I don't know if he thought that Ethan was going to turn one way and not, or if it was just a little bit off on the throw. But, he absolutely threw it right to the number 7 in black, and it was a pretty easy pick six.
Yeah, and I was just about ready to talk about nice that Colton is able to get in there the first series and lead these Lions and hopefully lead them down the field, but that was not to be, as they don't get much more of a gift than that.
Well, as it turns out, the Lions were hoping to get this game tied up. They were trailing by 7 going into this half, but instead have given up 7 points, or 6 so far, as Sam Keeley out to try and make it 7, and may find themselves into a 2-touchdown hole. We will see. Snap back, ball down, kick up high, long, and it is good. So only a minute 10 seconds into the second half of play, and the Chesty Lions have given up a turnover and a touchdown. 24-10 our score. They'll get the ball back when we come back here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people to their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust-certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to CBAC, the College Boulevard Activities Center here in Olathe. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. And Jackson Becker is still standing same position as he was last time at about the 25-yard line. We'll see if they go the other direction. And, in fact, they do. It is taken by the back man at about the 12-yard line. This is Ethan Curry coming up the far sideline with some running room. And, boy, he did go out of bounds. Kept running, but they blow the play dead up at about the 35. Good return, though. And the Chesty Lions have good field position, but now they find themselves into a 14-point hole, 24-10. What had been happening in this game up until now is Olathe Northwest, who got the football to start the game, would score, and then the Lions would come back and tie the game up. It happened 3 straight times, twice, and then this was the 3rd time, but they were unable to do it. Instead, this time they end up with the pick 6 and now trail it by 2 touchdowns. We'll see if they can't come back. So we'll see what they do here. And on the first down play, it's a give to Taj Edwards. Joey Dooley is back in at quarterback. Boy, that's a tough thing for Colton Curry because I hate it's one of those things where Dooley has been effective today, so you kind of have to put him in there. But at the same time, you hate for him to come out after throwing that pass. That can't be good for his confidence level.
Right. Absolutely not.
Pickup was of about 4 yards, 2nd and 6. It's going to be Dooley. He's going to pull it down and run. He'll get the first down. Boy, I tell you what, he ran out of bounds and was hit out of bounds. It was not much of a hit, but at the same time, earlier in the game, the Chesty Lions got called for a hit out of bounds that was not any worse than that one.
100%, absolutely.
It was barely touched, but so was our guy.
But that one really could have been a lot more damaging because he ended up having to pick up his feet and keep on moving 5 or 6 yards more.
From the pistol, the give is to Edwards. He wills his way forward to gain at least a couple yards. He was stopped about a yard into the line of scrimmage, but he gets an extra yard just out of sheer will to make it 2nd down and a short 8 or a long 7. Lions obviously need to go down, get some points here, and then come up with a stop on defense, which is not something they've been able to do. They did, except they roughed the kicker. And that's the difference in the game. 2 mistakes by the Chesty Lions. Dooley throwing far side. Becker, he makes the catch and almost broke a tackle. Was able to get inside the 35 down to about the 30-yard line. A nice pitch and catch between Joey Dooley and Jackson Becker. It is up a 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Raven 30-yard line.
Yeah, probably about 20 yards on that play there by Becker. Nice catch to bring it in and great run after the catch.
Just a shoestring away from taking that all the way, perhaps. They go twins on the right side, 1 man on the left, Edwards to the left, and it is a fake to him, carried by Dooley. Bounces off 1 man, gets about 4 yards. And he is stopped there for a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Ball on the 26-yard line. 9 minutes and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Well, it is about time that the Lions return the favor. They blew a 2-touchdown lead in the first week. How about we come back for one this time around?
Sign me up. Where do I sign up for that right now?
Twins on the left, one on the right. Back to throw Dooley. He's looking on the left side. He's going to go down the left sideline. He's got Becker, and a nice defensive play to break that up in the end zone.
Absolutely. Becker was right there, but great defensive play by the Raven.
That was once again the same guy, Tyler Manzella, who was the one who came up with the pick six a little bit ago. And just at the last second, he was able to leap up and just block it away. Becker did have a step on him. Tell you what, if Dooley could have maybe put just a hair more air under that one, I think Jackson could have run under it and still caught it in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 6. Twins on the right, Twins on the left. Back to throw is Dooley. He's getting a rush, setting up a screen, and it's incomplete. It was intended on the far side for Becker, and I don't know if he was just starting to run before he got the ball or what, but he just dropped it. That was probably going to be a first down.
That was one of those timing things where their timing just wasn't perfect on that particular play.
Yeah, wide receiver screen. They're in 4-down territory, trailing by 14 points. It's something that maybe Krieger could hit as a field goal, but a field goal doesn't do you a whole lot of good. So 4th down and 6, they'll go for it. Twins on either side. Becker's to the right. He's looking to the left, looking for Curry, trying to go down the far sideline, and it's incomplete. Looking for a flag, but not getting one. And as you mentioned, Jackson Becker was the intended target. It was the same route as the one that was broken up by Manzella earlier. And so the Lions turn it over on downs, and now they're going to really need their defense to come up with a stop, something they have not done yet this game against the Ravens from Olathe Northwest.
And it's been interesting because every series the Lions have started off looking like they're coming on fire and then just ended up nothing towards the end.
So,
with the exception of one series so far today.
Yeah, we need at least 2 more pancakes if they're going to do anything in this game. It is a give up the middle, big, huge hole. And trying to run toward the right side, spinning down across the 35 to about the 36-yard line is Ethan Randall.
And there was some
Bryce
nice
Randall,
there was some nice open field tackling there with Caleb Wingard and Galbraith.
Yes, although that was way too far down the field. You needed that open field tackle to happen about 15 yards earlier than that. So it'll be a 1st and 10. Ball's on the 37-yard line. Bryce Randall has been quite a workhorse today for this Ravens team. They go Twins on the left, one on the right. Randall in the pistol. He gets the call and trying to go off right tackle that time. The Lions able to bust it up right at the line. It was a good play right at the line by Harrell, as Jaden Harrell basically held his position on the defensive end and stopped him for no gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Like I said, the Lions pretty much at this point have to come up with a stop here. Not necessarily on this series, but I mean on this drive. Twins on the right. They'll throw over the middle. Oh, it's tipped up and incomplete, almost intercepted. It was the tip drill, as they like to call it. And J.J. Lucas was the last man who had a chance on it, but there were about 3 different players who had an opportunity to catch that ball, and none of them came up with it. Just go down as an incomplete pass and set up a 3rd down and long 9 or a short 10. The ball is at the 37-yard line, and they need to get the 47. I would actually call this a long 10. The ball is on the inside of the 37, and they need to get all the way to the 47. Man in motion. And Comfort back to throw. He's going to step up and run it up the middle. He's hit and tackled as he got to the 45. He's going to be maybe a yard shy of a 1st down, but it sets up a 4th and 1, something they will most likely go for here, even with the 14-point lead. 7 minutes, 5 seconds and counting in the 3rd quarter. I imagine we will see them go for it here.
And this is the kind of the position we were in before. You definitely do not want to rough that punter if they do choose to punt the ball.
Yeah, they've done that before, but I don't see it. I think they're going to go for this one.
Go for this. This might be the tush push.
I formation and it is Randall, and they're going to call offsides on the Lions. So it doesn't make any difference, as it turns out, as it was the Lions rusher who came up on the right end just ran right up and went across the line. He was trying to, show blitz and probably was going to come on a blitz. But again, in the high school level, it's not like the pros where you can run across the line and come back or anything like that. He wasn't much across it, but even if your just helmet goes across it, that's enough. So 1st and 10 in Lions territory at the 49 after the penalty. It is a give to the first man through this time. A lot of running room up the middle and good for a first down inside the 35 down to about the 33. That was Noah Harrell on the carry. I think it's only his second carry of the game, but it was a good one. I'm sure that the Lions have got to be keying on Randall by now.
You would think, but you would also think that they'd be looking for that run. There's no question that they're just going to keep on pounding the rock up the middle as long as they can be successful with it.
I just mean that they had been giving it to Randall from a pistol, and this time they went to the first man through. And they will fake it to him, throw, and it's incomplete. Over the middle was the intended target, but that throw was just off target, as he was looking for his tight end, Magnus Larson, but missed him with the throw. Did Comfort. So
2nd down and 10, ball in Lawrence High territory, 30 at about the 34-yard line.
Brody Comfort under center this time, I formation, single wideouts to either side. It'll be a give to Randall, second man through. He stutter steps. He was hit and dragged down inside the 30, about the 28. It was another decent open field tackle. I believe that was Ethan Curry who had the initial contact. He was able to get positive yardage. It'll be a 3rd down, though. 3rd down and about 6 with the ball on the Lions 29.
5:30 left to go in this third quarter as Lions gave up a quick touchdown, a pick six, first series of the game, of the half, rather.
From the pistol formation, again, it is play action, rolling to the right side. Comfort's going to keep it himself. He's racing toward the yard marker, gets it, runs out of bounds inside the 20 down at the 18. And this Lions defense has had a hard time stopping the Ravens all day long.
And Jules Guard's put on some miles tonight because he seemed to be running all over the field and affecting the play in whatever way it happens to go, but able to affect it that time, but not able to get him before he's able to get that first down. So 1st down and 10 from the 17-yard line, 5 minutes, 16 seconds to play in this third quarter.
Wishbone formation this time, and the give Randall, and he breaks the tackle, and he is forced out of bounds as he gets near the 10-yard line. It'll stop the clock with 5:10 left to go in the third quarter, but it's going to be a 2nd down and short with the ball on about the 10-yard line for the Ravens. The Lions already trailing by 2 scores at 24-10. Certainly can't really afford to give up any more points here.
Yeah, absolutely not. They need a stop. I guess a field goal wouldn't be the worst thing that could happen, but definitely need to do whatever they can to try to keep them out of the end zone.
On the give, it is Randall up the middle, and he'll get the first down inside the 5. 1st and goal from about the 4 for the Ravens. As Bryce Randall, I keep calling him Ethan, I don't know why. Bryce Randall ends up with yet another first down and another situation in which he was able to just find a hole, pretty good patient running and just sort of sidestep. You keep seeing the guy in the stands hitting that B button so that he'll do that little sidestep and get himself away. But it's been effective throughout the game. Again, this sort of wishbone. You got split backs and a pistol. is the way things are set up. Now a man in motion, and instead they do the direct snap and running around the end and into the end zone. They have not called it a touchdown. I think they're going to call him out of bounds at the 1 yard line. I believe that was Harrell again on the run.
Or 1 foot yard line.
Yeah, I mean, it was inside the 1.
It is very close. 2nd down goal.
It was hard to see exactly who that is, but I thought it was Harrell. I don't know. It's black uniforms with blue numbers, so especially way down on the end that way. Randall is the deep man here as they go I formation. 2nd and goal, and it'll be a keeper and into the end zone touchdown. Touchdown for the Ravens once again. Not sure if that was Comfort or if that was when they go Wildcat. I was trying to see who comes off. Yeah, it was Comfort. So Brody Comfort with the 1 yard or 2 yard touchdown run. And with 4:17 left to go, it could be a 21-point lead here for the Olathe Northwest Ravens. Keeley out for that extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up high, long, and it is good. 4:17 to go, 3rd quarter. It's been all Ravens in the second half. We were 17-10 going into this half. It's 31-10 now. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Friday nights in Lawrence mean one thing, game time. And when it comes to keeping your ride game day ready, there's only one name you trust, Westridge Auto Wash and Lube, right off of 6th and Castle. Locally owned by Don Greenfield, a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence since 2005. Fast, reliable, trained technicians, and a heart that beats for this town. Don's wife teaches in the district. His kids graduated here. This isn't just a business, it's community. So before you hit the road to cheer on your home team, swing by Westridge Auto Wash and Lube, where Lawrence rolls clean and proud.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
We are back live at CBAC. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It is the Chesty Lions, Lawrence High, trailing Olathe Northwest 31-10, our score. 4:17 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Sam Keeley with the ball teed up on the 40-yard line, and he will again squib it, and it bounces over Jackson Becker's head. It is taken by the deep man, and coming up to the 25 and still trying to run forward is McGee. Or was that Galbraith? I thought it was McGee. Yeah, you're right. I think it was Galbraith. So he ends up at about the 25 or so, and that's where the Lions will take over 1st and 10. I guess there is one little silver lining, which is that, I mean, not that you would need any further incentive to want the Lions to come back and win this game, but if they do, that means you're at least going to be able to get 4 or 5 pancakes for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. I want them to come back, and I want a big stack. I want a tall stack of pancakes.
So if you hadn't heard yet, for the rest of this season, and including on Free State games as well, IHOP is offering a free pancake for every touchdown they score the night that they score it. Dooley will roll to his left side on 1st down, being chased, throw in, and it was looking for Ethan Curry. He was being chased and kind of had to get rid of the ball a little bit early as Stubenrock was on his heels.
But wise decision to get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just going to say I think it would have been a completion if it wasn't for the fact that he was being chased and got rid of it.
Yeah.
It was close anyway. Second down and 10. Dooley again from the shotgun, twins on the left. Edwards to his left. And it's McGee on the right side. So Curry and Becker on the left. And back to throw, Dooley goes. He's looking to the right side. He's got McGee. He's wide open, makes the catch. Turns and hit and tackled pretty much immediately, but not before he's able to pick up all the way to the 38-yard line, an 18-yard gain and a nice little pitch and catch between Joey Dooley and
Kyrie
McGee. So they'll send all 3 receivers out on the left this time. Dooley getting the play in from the sideline. Sends Edwards over to his right now and goes back to throw. They show the blitz. It's picked up pretty well. He will throw. He's got a man. It's caught again. McGee trying to move forward for a first down. Looked like he got it. As he gets up to the 48-yard line, that should move the chains, and it does. So a couple of straight first down passes from Dooley to McGee.
And McGee able to make an impact tonight, more so than any other game so far this year.
Working quickly, the give is to Taj Edwards in a huge hole as he goes off left tackle, gets across midfield and all the way inside the 30-yard line. And a great run that time by Taj Edwards. I haven't seen a whole lot of that today, but this time he will get inside the 30 down to the 28, 1st and 10, as we're going to get a timeout of some sort. I don't know if a timeout was called, or they don't do water timeouts. They do that in Missouri. So I think that is a timeout. Yeah, it's a timeout called by the Ravens, and I think that's just a coach's timeout saying, hey, guys, we need to, you may be up by 21 points, but you need to keep your intensity up. Because they just gave up 3 straight pretty big plays. The thing is for the Lions is this is not the first time in the game when that's happened. In fact, I can think of 3 different drives, this one and 2 others, where we have moved the ball like this. But then once the ball got inside the 30 or so, they stalled out.
Well, no, I mean the last series it was ended up just doing 4 plays and they just gained 4 yards. So. And just gave it away, turnover on downs. But, yeah, we've got to keep the intensity up down here now that we're getting close to the red zone. Keep it up and keep on doing what we can do. We've got to get in the end zone. There's no question about that. The Lawrence Lions have got to get in the end zone. But great run there by Taj Edwards, able to get into the Ravens backfield in their territory and just keep on moving. And he kept on going through their blockers, didn't try to make a move, just straight up field.
Back to throw Dooley. He will step up, throws at the last minute. He's got Becker. It pops off his hands and goes up over Steuben Rock. And
Jackson wants that ball back so bad.
He was upset with himself.
Hit him right in the numbers. Could not have been a cleaner pass. But you know what? It was hard.
I think actually it surprised him because Dooley had pulled it down like he was going to run, and then it was kind of almost Mahomes-like at the last second throw it downfield. And Becker brought his hands up, but was not kind of stoned it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Twins on the right, 1 on the left. It's a give to Edwards, again trying to go off left tackle. This time they come up and get good pursuit, knocking Edwards down as he gains maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Obviously, the Lions are playing 4 downs pretty much from now till the end of the game, you would imagine.
Yeah, they have to. There's no
2:45 left to go, 3rd quarter, trailing by 21, 31-10 our score. Twins on the right, 1 man on the left, H-back, and now Edwards in motion, back to throw. He is looking, getting rushed, rolls to the right side is Joey Dooley. He will throw right side and incomplete. And Ethan Curry tried to reach up with one hand to pull that down, but was unable to do so, and so it's going to be 4th and 9.
And Dooley had big-time pressure coming after him. 3 Ravens running after him as he was able to get rid of the ball, but then definitely had contact to him as he threw it.
So 4th down and 9. They need the ball into about the 18-yard line. Back to throw Dooley. He's getting blitzed. He rolls to his left. He will throw, and I believe it was knocked down. It's an incomplete pass, but it is kind of academic because it'll be a turnover on downs. For the 2nd time for the Lions, trailing 31-10, and the Ravens will take over. 2:23 left to go. It was a pretty good pursuit that time from pretty much the entire Ravens front 4. But Connell, I believe, was in the backfield along with a few others for Olathe Northwest.
So far today, the timing has been there. It just they've not been able to connect frequently enough. They've had drop passes. Obviously, the pick six was brutal, but it just not been able to work out today for the Lions.
Split backs this time, and they will give it Skozek, and he gets another nice run. You know, I don't know exactly what his yards per carry is, but I would guess it's about 10. I mean, that was what he got on that one. And he's only carried it about 4 times or something in this game, but I'm guessing he has probably, 40 yards or so. Maybe.
I would imagine if
Aren't
not
you
more,
holding the
if not
stats?
more than that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I keep the Raven stats too.
Oh.
I can barely keep the Lions intact, but I think I do have some good stats here for the Lions. But well, I have stats for the Lions. I don't know how good you would call them.
From the 47, the give is to Randall, and he was able to slip his way through the line of scrimmage across into Lion territory. He is knocked down to the 49. It'll be a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6, under 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter of play. Lions trailing the Ravens 31-10.
Yeah, just unable to really get things going.
Like I said before, we've had good, they moved the ball 40, 50 yards, but then just stalled out. On the I formation, it is a give to, I believe that was Skozek again. And that time he only managed to get 8 yards. So, like I said, he's been getting long runs every time he's had the opportunity. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. Ball's on the 45. I guess that carry was really only 4 yards because Randall had gotten them to the 49, and they only gave him the 45. So I formation, 3rd down and short. It'll be a give again to the second man through, and breaking a tackle. He could go all the way Harrell, and he will go into the end zone, touchdown. From 45 yards out, that was Noah Harrell with the score.
And now you think at this point it's just that the defense is getting they're just worn out and a little bit.
Well, that was just more of an overcommit than anything else. They knew they needed to stop him, and it was a 3rd and 2. So once he got past that second level, there just wasn't anybody there anymore. Keeley for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up high, long, and it is good. 38 seconds left to go, third quarter. 38-10 our score. As, like I said, it was 17-10 going in. This was a 10-0. They've given up 28 unanswered, have the Lions, and trail it by 28 here at the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break, come back for the kickoff coming up right after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
You know, nowadays it seems like nothing is built to last. Like phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2-tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived, and hello to something that lasts.
D&D Tire, 10th in Vermont in downtown Lawrence. dndtires.net.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Seaback here in Olathe. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. The Chesty Lions trailing the Olathe Northwest Ravens 38-10 our score here. 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Keeley with the ball teed up on the 40-yard line, middle of the field. And we'll see another squib kick, and this time bobbled but taken by Jackson Becker. Oh, he had a bit of a break.
Whoa,
and
pitch.
then a pitch, taken
Curry.
down the far side. It's Ethan Curry. He's got a step, and he's going to go all the way to the 10-5 touchdown. No flag.
No, there is a flag. And Becker, man, what a brilliant. You did not see that coming, and now Becker's trying to talk to the referee and figure out what happened.
I wonder if it was a forward lateral. It kind of looked like it might be.
Could have been, yeah.
I think that might be what it was.
Wow. Really exciting.
They're having a discussion. Now, it is possible they could pull it up if they think that it wasn't really.
That referee was talking to Jackson, and he was very disappointed in the outcome. So I don't see that they're going to reverse this. Yeah, illegal forward pass.
Yeah, so it was a forward lateral. Obviously, the Lions will maintain possession of the ball, but it does take a touchdown away.
Well, they never got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would have been.
Yeah.
Of course, on the other hand, if since you're not allowed to throw it forward. But anyway, so we'll see how things go here.
But good field position at the 34. We've certainly had not a problem getting into Raven territory. It's what we've done once we've gotten there that has been the issue tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is it Dooley or Curry?
I don't know. I'm waiting. It's Dooley again. And it's a keeper from Dooley as he goes up left tackle. And will get from the 35 to the 40. After the penalty, that's where the line of scrimmage was. 5-yard carry for Joey Dooley. I was actually thinking the same thing as you, as I wonder if they'll give Colton another try here now that the game's pretty much out of reach. I mean, at the same time, though, if I'm the Lions, I'm gonna want to keep Dooley in there. They, like I said, he's been moving the football for a while, and then things would sort of stall out as they got into deep Raven territory. Well, that's the end of the third quarter of play. Was not a good third quarter for the Lions. They gave up 21 points and didn't score any of themselves. 38-10 our score, 12 minutes of football left to go. When we come back here on FM 101.7, 1320 KLWN, depend on it.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be involved. If you're looking for another amateur sport, check out the Kansas University Rugby Club for a schedule.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Seaback, Joel Becker, and Matt Llewellyn. Start of the fourth quarter. And the Chesty Lions have their work cut out for them, trailing 38-10. They do have the ball first and 10 on their own 40-yard line, second and 5. Give to Edwards, and first time in a while he's had a little bit of a hole there. He was able to get 4 of the 5 yards he needed. It'll set up a 3rd down and 1 as he went off right tackle.
Luke Kress in now for Jackson Becker.
Becker's still out there. Curry's the one who came out.
Oh, okay.
So Kress will be to the right of Dooley, and Edwards in the pistol on the 1-yard play. He's going to get close. And by the way it looks like they're marking it, I believe he got the first down.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, it was close. But I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't measure it.
Yeah.
They just moved the chains.
Well, the line judges kind of were making the call.
Where the guy put the ball down, I'm not so sure he actually got it.
Right.
So 1st and 10, though, from their own 45-yard line. Shotgun formation back to throw. Dooley's looking. He will throw, and it is caught on the far side. It was Curry, I believe, making the catch up around the 40-yard line. No, I'm sorry, McGee made that catch, and he was taken down, but it's a nice gain on the play, 15 yards or so?
Yeah, 16, I believe.
Yep, and so it will be 1st and 10 into Raven territory for the Lions. Although, like I said, it's not like they've had a hard time doing that in the past. It's just finishing off drives. They've only managed to get points on 2 of them, and it is a give to Curry this time. And he gets inside the 40, but not much more, so maybe a pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd down. And clock is stopped with 10:56 left to go. As, let's see, was there a call or something? The referee is walking toward the middle of the field.
Yeah, they're definitely.
It's an illegal formation call, it looks like, against, and they declined it. So they'll take the 1 yard gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 9.
It took a long time to tell us what was going on there.
So 2nd and 9, ball's on the 39-yard line. Dooley has trips on the left side. Edwards to his right. They fake to him, throw, and it is caught and taken down. Dropped the football at the very end. And that catch was made by Pope. First time we've called out Truth Pope's name in this game. It'll be good for about 4 and set up a 3rd down and 5. As we said before, they're pretty much in 4-down territory for the rest of this game. As Joey Dooley steps back into the shotgun. Crest to his right and Edwards behind him. They'll give it to Edwards. Try to go off right tackle. Breaks one tackle and lost the football. Ravens say they have it. Let's see what the call is. And the Ravens do have it. I think he just had the ball ripped right out of his hands. It didn't look like he fumbled it. It looked like they just took it from him. Tyler Breel, I believe, got the strip. Don't see that very often from Taj Edwards.
No, I think that might be the first time this year that Taj has relinquished the ball.
So once again, the Lions able to move the football, but then get into Raven territory and cough it up. That is their second official turnover, but in reality they have about 5, a couple on downs, the pick 6, the fumble, but then also a situation in which, as a big stick that time by Wingert, although he may have gotten as much of that as Randall did. They both get up. It'll be a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. But anyway, so like I said, they had the pick 6, they had the fumble right there, but they've also had a couple of turnovers on downs, and they had the roughing the kicker, which essentially has the same effect as a turnover. A ball they would have had that now they didn't anymore, and in fact, that was really the turning point in the game, I would say, more than anything else.
Yeah, I'd say you're right.
Comfort will give again to Randall, trying to get around left tackle. He's hit and taken down around the 45. Pickup of 1. And looked like a couple of players a little slow in getting up. Is that Galbraith? Yeah. He's okay, but smarting a little bit. Not sure exactly what it is bothering him, but.
Well, and now it's just really kind of gut check time for the Lions. I hesitate to say this, but the game is, for the most part, probably over.
Yeah.
But they don't want to give up any more touchdowns. They'd like to get a couple more and at least make this final score look more interesting than what it is.
I formation, Comfort, and it is a give, and Skozek, and he's got another big gain. At least 20 yards inside the 35 down to maybe the 34-yard line. As
Lions are slow to get up, and it just kind of looks like it happened again.
Daniel Skozek with another big run.
Clock is running, play clock is running. 8:35 left to go in this game, and you'd think that Northwest is just going to stay on the ground, and they've been able to do whatever they want to on the ground, so let's just keep that up and see if we can't get out of here without an injury.
Skozek this time was taken down after only just about 2 or 3. Once again, Grimes in on the tackle along with a couple other Lawrence High players. It's a pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7. Clock continues to run. 8:07 left to go in regulation time. We do owe you station identification, so let's quickly pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Lawrence High Football.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
On the 2nd down play, it is a give up the middle. Ooh, the ball looked like it might have come loose and people were jumping around, but apparently not. And it'll be a pickup of maybe 2 on the play. I believe that was Randall on the carry. And it'll set up a third down, third and about 4.
Third down, and let's stop them here.
Hasn't happened a whole lot in this game. H back to the left, big jumbo set. Now they'll bring a second wide receiver over there as well. Randall in the pistol behind Comfort. Taking all the play clock he can on the 3rd and 4 play. Takes the snap. He will play action back to throw, throwing near side, and it's incomplete. Well, I tell you what, he was looking for Magnus Larson, but he again was off. There's a reason why they run most of these plays, apparently.
And I was going to say, he threw it, and there were a lot of white jerseys around there.
I was just going to say, it's lucky for the Ravens that there wasn't a sort of Johnny on the spot. Looks like they may go for it here. You know, the other factor, like you were talking about gut check time, I mean, there's only less than 7 minutes left to go, but, you know, one of those things, it looks like the Ravens are going to call timeout here. One of those things that can happen, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's certainly looking an awful lot like the Lions are going to start off the season 0-3, so it's hard to say that seeding will make any difference later on. But 13 points is the key cutoff. If you lose by more than 13, then it doesn't make any difference. But if they could somehow or another take this, you know, get a couple of touchdowns and actually get it to less than a 13-point victory, then that would actually make a difference. And so, you know, that's really what they're playing for, at least to start with.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't want to be the Lions don't want to be towards the bottom of the of the seedings, because they will be playing
the Gardner Edgertons.
The Gardner, that's right. That's
the Norths or whatever it is.
But I'll tell you, even though this game has not gone nearly the way that I expected it to, this team, its better days are moving forward. There's no question about it, and I have all the faith in the world in Coach, and he's going to get us pointed in the right direction very soon.
46-yard field goal attempt from Sam Keeley. Snap back, ball down, kick up high. Is he going to make it? And it does not.
Just barely. It sure did.
It was maybe a half a yard shy of sneaking over that upright.
Yeah.
So it'll go down as a touchback, and the Lions will take over at their own 20. But, you know, give credit to Sam Keeley and the fact that they gave him his shot to see just where, and so I think you can pretty much say that that's his range.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
If you bring it in a yard, he makes it. Take it back a yard, it's not even close.
And Krieger, you know, I feel I'm very confident in Krieger in that distance for sure. The field goal that he made in the first quarter, which was, I wish I had that, probably had another 20 yards on it, easy.
Dooley runs out to his left side, looking to throw. He's been rushed, and he'll just throw it away.
And had, you know, coverage on every one of his men. Could have possibly gone really, really deep to McGee, but as McGee is coming back to the Lawrence High sideline, not sideline, but to line up again, but wasn't running back with much authority. It looked like he was kind of favoring his hip a little bit.
I'm not so sure he could have gotten the ball to him where he was from where Dooley was. Second down and 10, clock stop, 6:49 left to go, regulation time. And it's on play action, rolling right side and throwing, and it is caught Kress, and he is spun down as he gets up near the 30-yard line. It'll be about a yard or two shy of the first down. It'll set up a third down and short from there. Clock running with 6:35 left to go, regulation time, and the Lions trailing at 38-10. Kress will come out.
And that's one of those quick timing plays that, you know, we've done very well on the quick timing plays early in series, but just haven't been able to finish, as you've said a lot tonight.
Kress came out. Bart came in for him to line up as a tight end on the right side. Twins on the left, one man on the right. Edwards now to the left of Joey Dooley. Back to throw, throwing quickly on the far side. It's caught. It'll be good for a first down. And it is McGee making the catch. And Kyrie, that's got to be about his 5th or 6th catch on this game.
You know what? That stat I might be able to give you at some point tonight, but not right now.
Okay.
But yes, that has been, I believe that might be his 6th catch of the night.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 34-yard line. Back to throw is Dooley, looking right side. He will throw on the right side. It is caught again, and McGee was spun down up near midfield. He's about a yard or two shy of the midfield stripe. And once again, the Lions able to move it out of their own end of the field. They just can't seem to get it into the end zone today. They've only done that once, and it was early on. 1st and 10 from their own 48. Dooley rolling to his left. He'll throw left side. It is caught. I believe that's Jackson Becker. It is. And I think he's shy of a first down.
Just barely.
By about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and short, which is fine. Clock is running, though. 5:25 left to go in regulation time. They'll go Twins right, 1 man left. Edwards to the left. Dooley will pump throw, and it is incomplete.
Incomplete, and
Curry
was
the intended receiver, Ethan Curry.
And was hit hard well after the ball was on the ground. Not that that really matters that much, but it didn't seem like a very sportsmanlike hit after.
Yeah, to his credit, you never know. With a defender, sometimes you really don't know that the ball's not there. So clock stop with 5:13 left to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. They got 2 plays to get 1 yard. Don't know if they'll run it here or take a shot. And instead they're going to call timeout. Play clock was down to 6. So, like you said, this was not the game I was expecting either. And really, again, going into the second half, this was, pretty much an even game. The only real difference was the roughing the kicker call that essentially allowed the Ravens to get the 7-point lead. Otherwise, it either been tied at halftime or the Lions might have had a lead or a field goal or something like that. And then just things went awry in the second half.
Yeah, it just and I don't know what you work on, because the thing about it is they were doing exactly what I thought that they needed to do, and that was the timing plays and making them happen quick and making those passes look sharp, catching the ball. We did miss a couple catches tonight.
So 3rd down and 1. O'Dooley drops the football. He goes back, and he's getting chased, rolls to the right side. He will throw, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of McGee, who would have had the first down. And that literally hit him right in the hands, but he couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, hit him right there, but another drop pass. And there's just not really much that they can do about that. Certainly the quarterbacks.
No. So 4th down, they will obviously go for it here. Trips on the right. Back to throw is Dooley. He will throw right side, and it's incomplete. He threw it for Ethan Curry. It's a little bit of a high throw.
Well, and you know what? The thing about it is Becker was wide open behind him.
I question that play call in the first place.
Sorry, a little bit frustrating for me, because we've had opportunity after opportunity. We've done things we need to do, but then we just don't. There are a lot of drop passes, man. A lot of drop passes, and you just can't have it. And I don't know what exactly that was. I, honest to God, think he might be going for Becker. Might have been going for Becker, and Curry just kind of jumped up and thought it was for him. And you can't blame him for thinking that and wanting to make sure he's going for the ball when he's supposed to be going for the ball. And you just don't know what's going on down there. But either way, we have to turn over on downs again.
Got a new quarterback in, it looks like. And it's going to be Skozek again with the carry, as they have brought in their backup, Michael Heffley. And boy, I tell you what, that's a little bit on the embarrassing side, I would say, for the Chesty Lions. It's been a while since I can remember a team that we play against bringing in their backups at some point in the game.
Yeah, not like this.
Where they're far enough ahead.
You mean when we're not in Derby?
Yeah. So, and the things, it doesn't get any easier. We host Mill Valley next week, so that will be tough. On second down, it is another give up the middle. I think this was Briel. No, it's another backup, actually. I thought that it was Briel, but instead it is Kane Cohn, who is a sophomore. And he was able to take part of yards into the Lions' side of the midfield stripe at the Lawrence 49. It'll set up a 3rd down and 2. Clock is running with 3.5 minutes left to go. I formation. Heffley under center. He will hand it off this time. Good penetration by the Lawrence High Lions. And it's good to see that at least they don't appear to be a team that has given up on that play anyway.
Well, and again, you look at the sidelines. They're all still in on it. Nobody's really sitting over on the bench. They're all up by the sidelines, paying attention to what's going on, and that's a good sign to see. And a flag just went up in the air. I'm not sure exactly what that was.
Possibly a either sideline warning, I would guess.
And here's
the only other possibility would be, it's a sideline warning. So must have had some Ravens players moving toward the field, or maybe some of their coaches. So they'll just give them a sideline warning. They do have an extra day to get ready for Mill Valley, because that game's on Friday, the 26th. 7 o'clock from Lawrence High School.
And we will see. We'll be watching a lot of stuff with Mill Valley this week, I'm sure. I know Jason Thorne will.
So now we're going to get a timeout. They let the clock run all the way down to 1 second on the play clock, called the timeout with 2:32 left to go. I wonder if that means they're going to kick it away. I don't know. It's 4th down and 4 or 5. They need to get to the Lions 47. The ball's on their own 49.
I can very easily see.
Yeah, they're going to punt for the first time in the game. They technically punted another time, but it was their quarterback who kicked it away. This is the first time they're in punting formation, I should say.
I can very easily see Lawrence High coming back and getting a touchdown right here. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. Give us another pancake.
Well,
I don't think we really need it, but.
You mean you and I? Well,
I'm talking about you and I.
We definitely don't need it.
But it's pretty nice to get a free pancake when you can get it.
It's good. So, like I said, for the first time in the game, the Ravens set up in punt formation, with Sam Keeley standing back at his own 35-yard line. They snap it to him, and he steps into one. Pretty good kick. It'll come down at the 20-yard line. It's Curry. He'll change direction, try to go to the right side. Able to slip a couple of tackles. Breaks another one. Goes up the far sideline. Gets across the 40 and up to the 45. So it was dangerous, but quite a return there from Ethan Curry.
And we'll take it.
Those are the sorts of things that either that kind of stuff happens or you end up losing 6 or 7 yards by going backwards. And it could have happened, but he was able to slip that tackle.
So with 2:13 left to go in this ball game, Lions trail 38-10, trying to get a little bit of a confidence-boosting touchdown here at the end, and I think it would boost their confidence a little bit. His last game only scored 7 points, in this game 10. but it's an offense that has moved the ball. We moved the ball a lot better than we did last week. We made some great passes. We had some great runs. The timing passes seemed to work well. We once we got in Ravens territory, we just stalled every time. And let's see if we can't change that right here with good starting field position here at the 45-yard line. 45 of the Lions. So we're not in their territory yet. I think that might be a good thing.
Seems to be. So they've called offsetting personal fouls. I didn't actually see what happened there.
I didn't see him, and I didn't see a flag either.
But it happened presumably after the return.
Yeah.
So they'll leave the ball at the 45-yard line. I've never quite understood that when it comes to football, when you have situations where you call something that literally has no difference to the game. What's the point? But at any rate, Dooley in, trips on the left side, back to throw, looking that direction. Now he'll pull it down. He is going to run it, and he'll get across midfield and step out of bounds as he gets to about the 47-yard line. Pretty good run by Joey Dooley, which he's had a few of this game. He hadn't pulled the ball down a lot, but when he has, he's been relatively effective. And that's the biggest takeaway from this game more than anything else, is that Joey Dooley has been able to effectively run the Lawrence High offense.
He has.
Just not get it into the end zone. That's
and you don't know, from a grade standpoint, what that would do. Taj Edwards, nice run here.
Right up the middle, and he had a huge hole. He was finally stopped when he got to about the 35, I should say. And it'll be a pickup of 12 or 13 on the play. Move the sticks and set up a first down for the Lions, as you said, in a position where they could at least get a score to finish off the game and maybe salvage at least something, trailing 38-10 with under 2 minutes left to go. Not sure how many backups the Ravens may have in a defense at this point. But in the meantime, they come out with twins on the left side and one man on the right. Edwards will go in motion to the left. Back to throw is Dooley. He'll pull it down and head up the middle of the field. He sidesteps one man, gets inside the 15, inside the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Joey Dooley.
35 yards on that run.
35 yards out. And, with a minute 18 left to go, they do indeed get into the end zone and get us another pancake for the day.
Another pancake for the day. So if you're out tonight and you can't make it to 23rd Street Brewery, get over to IHOP for your pancake. IHOP, they're open 24 hours. So
or do both.
Or sure, you
pick
can
up
do
a
both.
quick pancake and then go to the 23rd Street Brewery.
I think we close though tonight.
Oh.
So
eventually,
but IHOP does not. So
yeah,
you can go out there and get yourself a couple free pancakes. If you're in our listening audience, go out and get a couple free pancakes, courtesy of Joey Dooley's 35-yard touchdown run.
So Krieger for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So once again, with that touchdown, you score another free pancake at your Lawrence IHOP. That brings our total up to 2 free pancakes tonight, only at IHOP 31st. And Iowa, 1:18 left to go in regulation time. We'll take a break, come back for the kickoff. 38-17, the Lions trailing it right here on KLWN. Depend on it.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Seaback here in Olathe, College Boulevard Activity Center. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It's Lawrence High Chesty Lion football. The Lions trailing here 38-17 with just a minute and 18 left to go. But it was a nice little run by Joey Dooley's longest run of his career. From 35 yards out to get the Lions into the end zone. It looks like they're setting up for an onside kick. And I was going to say, the funny thing is that I was saying it in jest earlier, but the truth of the matter is, between you and me, I absolutely would do an onside kick here. Not because you're thinking you're going to win this game, but when do you have the opportunity to practice this in a real game situation? Why not do it?
Absolutely. Why not? There's no reason why you can't. You definitely practice in practice, so let's practice in real life right here.
So they come up, and it is an onside kick, but it goes straight to an up man, and he falls on it. Didn't quite get the high hop that you want off of those onside kick attempts. It was fielded by Caleb Ford, a lineman who just took it in the chest and went down. And so now, if they want to, the Ravens can just kneel it out and finish this game off. I mean, technically, the Lions do have 2 timeouts, but technically, even, I don't imagine they'll use them.
But nice to get that touchdown, confidence booster, and
and honestly, it doesn't make any difference to the Ravens either. They still get their plus 13. So,
yeah, and I cannot imagine Jason calling timeout here, but you never know. He could maybe to get some players some more playing time. I don't know. But my guess is this will be a
they're not in the victory formation, so it looks like they are going to run the play. Heffley's still in at quarterback, and maybe they're just trying to give him some work too.
And maybe they're just going to see what will happen here, what the Lions choose to do.
Yeah.
And you've got to stop them.
And they do right up into the line. I believe that was Skozik on the carry, and
meaning with the Lions call a timeout, which they don't.
Right.
So.
And it was not. It was actually Aiden Chi. And we'll call it no gain, 2nd down and 10. No timeout, clock running. They'll have to run the at least one more play. And like I said, don't know if they'll kneel it down now that they showed they're not going to call timeout. Or if they'll run another play here. The play clock is down to 5 as they come out here. I formation. And he will take a knee. So that will do it. And the Lawrence High Chesty Lions, you have a lot more history with them than I do. Can you remember the last time they started off a season 0-3?
I would imagine the year before I started.
So that's going back well over a decade.
Yeah.
So when our producer Drew was a freshman, they started out. Well, let's just say they started out more than 0-3.
Well, in that year they went like they were like winless.
0-9.
0-9, yeah, and 0-9, and they won the last game.
You can't win the last game because you win the last game, then you win the state championship. Or
at the time, it wasn't like that. So
yeah, nowadays everybody makes the playoffs, so you can't win the last game. That's actually your goal. The goal for the team starting. That's always been what I've always said. When I play tennis, I don't care what happens on any of the points as long as I win the last one of the match.
Okay.
Only way you can do that is by winning the match.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's not what happened here for the Lions. They drop it 38-17, the final, against the Olathe Northwest Ravens. We'll take a break and come back to wrap things up. When we come back here on Chesty Lions football on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hey, this is Rick. Johnny's Tavern, Lawrence's original sports bar, is proud to support amateur athletics. The culture, sportsmanship, teamwork, leadership, commitment, and life skills it helps develop are a big part of the benefits for all participants. Fans, players, referees, administrators all work together to accomplish goals. Johnny's is proud to be involved. If you're looking for another amateur sport, check out the Kansas University Rugby Club for a schedule.
At Lawrence's Prairie Moon Waldorf School, discover the true value of education. Our unique approach nurtures the head, heart, and hands, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and practical skills. By understanding the developmental phases of childhood, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that includes music, dance, theater, and more. These experiences help students develop intellectually, emotionally, and physically, preparing them to confidently pursue their paths. Enroll at the Prairie Moon Waldorf School in Lawrence and invest in a holistic education for your child's future.
In the heart of Lawrence, Kansas, off 6th and Castle, there's a place that's more than just a wash and lube. It's where Don Greenfield, local business owner, proud father, and husband to a longtime teacher, has been serving our community since 2005. Westridge Auto Wash and Lube is a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence, locally owned and operated by trained technicians. Fast, reliable, trusted. Because here, you're not just a customer, you're family. Visit Westridge Auto Wash and Lube right off 6th and Castle in Lawrence, where Lawrence comes to shine.
As a high school athlete, I suffered injuries that I was told would make it impossible to continue to play. My dad took me to see a chiropractor, and the pain went, the injury healed, and I was back on the field. I'm Dr. Scott Risley, and that experience changed my life. My passion is to help others. That's what we do at Risley Chiropractic, providing the highest quality, compassionate, and gentle chiropractic care. Feel better, play better, live better. Risley Chiropractic, 785-856-6030.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Seaback. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. 38-17 the final score here as the Chesty Lions drop one to Olathe Northwest, drop to 0-3 on the season. Not really the start they were looking for. And really a tale of two halves in this game. The first half, wasn't all that bad per se for this Chesty Lion team. They offensively were able to move the football. Joey Dooley looked like he could run the offense. They just, they were counter-punching. So they gave up an opening drive field goal. They came back and got the field goal. They gave up a touchdown. They came back and got a touchdown. Gave up a late one, ended up going to the half 17-10, but then things just fell apart in the second half. And it all started when Colton Curry came in, basically threw one pass, and it turned out to have a bad, unfortunately.
It just all seemed to just be an avalanche at that point in time.
Right.
And that was not Colton Curry's fault. The pick six, he did throw the pick six. There's no getting around that. But then it just mistake after mistake after mistake and drop passes. It was really just brutal. We could pick up yards today. Through the air, we picked up more passing yards, I believe, than we have our first two games. I knew in our first game, Taj ran for 191. Tonight, Joey Dooley passed for 192. So a nice night of passing for Joey Dooley, and he threw the ball to different people, and different people had successes, but also the same people dropped passes. And I just, in high school, you're going to drop a pass. There's no question about it. But when the game's critical, and it's critical that you make the catch, and you have three dropped passes in a row, that's brutal, and that hurts, and that hurt us tonight.
Well, and to be quite honest, I think that what was more concerning to me than the offense failing to score was the defense failing to stop the Ravens' rushing game. And, we really did. We had very few stops all game long, and that's not something you want to see. The defense has been good for this team. Certainly last week against Junction City they were, and they were. They seemed to be overmatched quite a bit, and like I said, that would be more concerning to me than anything else.
Yeah. No.
Lots of holes were opened up. There was a lot of either missed tackles or failed tackles.
Well, and you knew this was a running team.
Yeah.
And you knew that you were going to have to stop them, and it just didn't happen. And there's a good possibility because we only allowed 14 points last week. You're thinking, okay, we've got a pretty stout defense, but man, just wasn't to be tonight, and we let them score 31 on us.
You got any numbers for us?
I do. Okay. Tonight Taj Edwards had a nice night running, 85 yards for him, 73 yards rushing for Joey Dooley. So combined, what Joey Dooley had 268 yards. So a nice night for Joey.
Yeah. The only thing about Taj's numbers is that of that, what do you say,
85?
85 total, I would say that at least 85% of those yards came on 2 runs.
Well,
remember we had
a 12 and a 20, and let's just see here. I can bust through this pretty quick. And then a 27.
Yeah, they in other words, he had an
and then a bunch of small runs.
Right, he had an awful. That's what I was going to say. So it's three runs instead of 2. But yeah, he had an awful lot of 2 yard, 3 yard. We're used to Taj Edwards being a pretty steady 5-7 yard rusher, and he'll break some every once in a while and so on. And by the way, this is not disparaging against Taj. He didn't have holes to run through in most cases, and so.
Yeah, they were coming after him too. It seemed like they knew when he was going to run the ball, and they were able to stop him in the backfield. So that certainly happened.
Yeah.
With him tonight. So, just we've still got some work to do, and Coach is going to continue to work on the men and getting those guys, teaching those guys how to be teammates and good ambassadors of school and good ambassadors of the program. And I'll tell you what, they came over after the football game last night or a week ago to the brewery, and they couldn't have been a nicer group of young men. I mean, they were all courteous. They were all thankful. They were all appreciative that we were feeding them at the brewery, and a lot of them came up to me, just one-on-one and thanked me for always having their backs and for giving them food. So
not much else a high schooler wants.
Yeah, I mean, that's one other thing. But
from you.
Well, yeah, this is me. I just remember going back to my high school days, and I remember the one thing that I wanted, and never mind. We're going to stop talking about that.
Good idea.
Anyway, man, it's a disappointing night for these guys, and my heart goes out to them because I know they want it bad, and they're going to get it. And it doesn't. You're exactly. It doesn't get easy next week with Mill Valley. That's going to be tough. And but
I'll be curious to see whether or not we have a Joey Dooley offense next week against Mill Valley. Sort of what happens with this experiment moving forward. If we're going to see more of Colton back in that game, with the more experience against a tougher defense, presumably. Or like you said, the idea with this team is to hopefully get better and better as the season goes on. And I actually thought, certainly offensively, I felt like they did actually get better than certainly last week's game. And in terms of moving the ball, they didn't score. I mean, they did score more than they did last week. Last week they scored 7. This week they scored 17. But at the same time, if what you're hoping to do is just continue a progression where you're getting better each week, then I think you probably stay with what was working this week.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it from up where we are, and you're saying, and you think, yeah, Joey Dooley's going to have to be the quarterback, and Joey Dooley probably should be the quarterback. But if you're looking at it from down on the sidelines where the coach is, there are probably a lot of dynamics that are going on down there that we just have no idea about.
Sure.
And the one thing that I hope is that those two guys, Colton Curry and Joey Dooley, are buddies, and they support each other, and they hope that whoever's in the game is doing a great job, and you hope that's what it is. But man, if you're Colton Curry, who's the junior, and Joey Dooley, who's the sophomore, I don't know what's going on in his mind, and he's got to be thinking. I mean, number one, okay, so I don't get to start this week. He's going with the other guy, and I come in and I throw a pick six.
Yeah, that's why I wish he would have been able to get another series.
Yeah, and so you never know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to go on. I know that both Colton and Joey are great athletes. They could both of them could probably play another position, but I don't think either one of them have. I think both of them have been quarterbacks, and that's what they played, and that's their position. And they're both talented. They can both throw the ball. They can both run the ball, and it's just time where you have to. It's tough to be coach right now about that situation because I know that the Dooleys from a parental standpoint are I just don't know the Currys, so I don't know what from a parent standpoint what's going on in their world, but whatever it is, my heart goes out to them and to their son because coming in one series and throwing a pick six, I mean that's brutal, and he can't hang his head on that. He's got to pick himself up, and hopefully Joey's helping him pick his head up with that too because he's a better athlete than that.
Alrighty, so again, next week it is Mill Valley, a Friday game. If you're looking to watch, listen to some more high school football on Friday night, tomorrow it's going to be Free State, and they are also on the road going to the Shawnee Mission District Stadium South, and they're taking on Shawnee Mission West from there. Nick Springer, Craig Hershiser on the call starting at a little before 7 o'clock, probably 6:50 or so, right here on KLWN. Thanks to Elijah Schmidt back at the station for pushing the buttons there. Thanks to Drew Stussy here for running our video stream. For Matt Llewellyn, Joel Becker, the final score once again, 38-17. The Falcons from Olathe Northwest getting the win over this Lawrence High Chesty Lions. You've been listening to Lawrence High football here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
You know, nowadays it seems like nothing is built to last. Like phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2-tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts.
D&D Tire, 10th in Vermont in downtown Lawrence. dndtires.net.
Friday nights in Lawrence mean one thing, game time. And when it comes to keeping your ride game day ready, there's only one name you trust, Westridge Auto Wash and Lube, right off of 6th and Castle. Locally owned by Don Greenfield, a proud supporter of high school sports in Lawrence since 2005. Fast, reliable, trained technicians, and a heart that beats for this town. Don's wife teaches in the district. His kids graduated here. This isn't just a business, it's community. So before you hit the road to cheer on your home team, swing by Westridge Auto Wash and Lube, where Lawrence rolls clean and proud.
30 years ago, I worked for my dad detailing Peterbilts. I'm Aaron Rao. That's where it all started. I learned about being honest and treating people right. These are the values we continue at Bobside Auto. After 25 years of matching people their next car or truck, I know the best business is built on trust. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Honda, new or trust certified car or service, at Bobside Auto, trust is our tradition. 2851 South Iowa or online at bobsitecdjr.com.
At Lawrence's Prairie Moon Waldorf School, discover the true value of education. Our unique approach nurtures the head, heart, and hands, fostering creativity, critical thinking, and practical skills. By understanding the developmental phases of childhood, we offer a comprehensive curriculum that includes music, dance, theater, and more. These experiences help students develop intellectually, emotionally, and physically, preparing them to confidently pursue their paths. Enroll at the Prairie Moon Waldorf School in Lawrence and invest in a holistic education for your child's future.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.